This episode of the H3 Show is brought to you by Turtle Beach. Wow. Woo. Thank you, God. I needed that.
For those of you confused, this is a time... there's a lot of people who probably don't know what that is. That is, of course, the guru who changed the world with his stare, his gaze, the gaze of miracles.
The healing gaze.
You guys actually had let's see, we have a Brazzo meme today. Oh, I see. This is me with the Brazzo edit here. Let's see. Me and the fam at the cult meeting today, right? Hasan says we're a cult. So this is vibes right here. Everyone gather around. We need the sound bites of him, of all the people in the audience being like, I don't have cancer anymore, and I used to have pain in my leg and it's gone. This is from Brazzo. He just stares at them.
I love this lady.
He just stares at them. And then they cry. Yeah, just in case.
I actually checked his website today because we were talking about Brazzo, and he was live, and I realized that he used to charge for his live stream, but it's now free on YouTube, and he does 6 gazings every day, 30 minutes, every 30 minutes.
For free?
For free.
Well, pull it up. When's his next gaze?
Well, I think it's coming right up.
Let me show. I forgot I made a whole video about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
That's how most of the world was introduced to Brazzo.
God. Well, show me that one preview.
Okay, if you want to see a preview.
Yeah, I want to see a preview.
If you're very curious.
Yeah, dude, I want to get gazed on, dude. They
give you a little taste.
Next stream's in 8 hours. That's a real shame. I've never to this day caught a live Brazzo gazing session.
Oh, he's live right now. Oh my God.
Well, pull it up, bro.
It's literally happening.
Oh my God, he's aged a bit, but he still looks really good.
I said the same thing.
44 countries, 500 people.
Oh, can you show my screen, Lena? Thank you.
How do we know this isn't
pre-recorded?
Well, you said you can see signs of aging, so it must be live.
Well,
I mean, like they could have.
You could still block record it.
Yeah.
True.
He's holding a little sideways slant to his mouth. He looks somewhat. How do you describe that?
Mona Lisa.
You don't describe it.
It is almost godly. It's like concern, but also love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like he's giving me a big hug with his eyes.
Oh my God, I actually feel like he sees me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really felt like we needed this.
It says like, you are flawed, but
that's
we were never meant to be perfect.
Right.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you cover one side of his face, it's happiness, and the other side is pure disdain.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Unless he had a stroke on the left side of his face.
Yeah.
Which is possible, right? I mean, he is old.
He's getting up there.
Possible.
I wonder if his acolyte will murder him and steal his power.
That's, of course, my favorite part about the Brazzo. Now, first of all, he used to charge for this. He's doing this for free.
Now it's just for donations, yeah.
He's doing this for donos?
Yeah.
Let me see chat.
There is no chat. Chat's off.
Wow.
So who's...
And it's just embedded on his website. But look, there's 534 participants right now.
How long's he gaze for?
Well, he does it every 30 minutes, so you have to imagine he needs like a little break between those. So, I don't know. Probably 10 minutes or so.
My favorite detail about Brazzo is he had a master who taught him the gaze of miracles. And the story is that his old master, they were walking on the beach, and a rogue wave came and swept him away.
Yeah.
And Brazzo, after that, has all of his gold jewelry, his chain.
Well, he inherited his stuff. I don't want to imply
He was
anything.
the last person to see him alive.
That's true. He was
Before
the
a
last
rogue
person.
wave swept him away in a biblical fashion.
It happens. It happens.
That does happen.
It's rare, but it happens every now and then.
Or like a riptide or something.
I'm coming in a little hot here, by the way.
Oh, that's me. I'm so sorry.
Really? You've been...
No, I turned the
No, not the AC. Sorry, not the AC, Olive. I mean the lighting.
Oh,
It's so hot.
She's great, though.
She's quick.
She's putting on the AC. I appreciate that. That doesn't affect the lighting, but
It might.
I was talking about the lighting.
Oh, I see. But I had just turned off the air, so I think it contributed.
That's good. Yeah.
It's so hot.
Yeah. It still looks a little bright, but whatever. Who am I to nitpick such a esteemed operation here? Anyway, that's Brazzo. Whatever. So that's the Gaze of Miracles, and
I'm learning.
yeah, he stares at you, and then he apparently can cure illnesses, cancers, leg pain, osteoporosis. I think even a quadriplegic was able to stand for a split second before crumbling.
Yeah.
before crumbling. Oh no.
Anyway, so that was fun. Today, oh yeah, Turtle Beach sponsoring us today. You mentioned that, but one more time here. We'll start with the Gaze of Miracles. Today, I'm really excited to announce that James Charles, in honor of Lord of the Rings, James Charles is back on the menu, boys. Remember
true.
that? Who said that? What's that a reference to?
Aragorn.
No.
Frodo.
No.
Gollum.
You don't remember who said that?
Say it again.
Looks like this thing is back on the menu, boys.
Meat is back on the menu. Isn't it one of like orcs or something?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yep, it was one of the orcs for sure.
It was one of the orcs when they killed the goblins and ate them.
Right.
I was being reckless.
Looks like meat is back on the menu, boys. I remember it.
Looks like James Charles is back,
Back on the menu, boys.
I'm not physically
all right.
attracted to older guys.
So this one sounds really good. It's long, it's juicy, potentially criminal, right? And
Not on his part. It certainly contains criminal activity. Even
my
the
God,
judicial system.
he
is
didn't do any
involved.
crimes?
This is the
Did
tea.
James? Not that we know of in this
Ethical
sense.
crimes?
Ethical, certainly.
Deeply.
An insane betrayal of
Sister
friendship,
Smash.
if what is alleged is true.
And I believe it already.
Me too.
Whatever it is, I believe it.
Yeah.
That is so true.
We'll get through it. I will let you know he is vehemently denying.
Of course he did. Little scumbag.
Well,
not
you
gay.
say that, but that would be a change in tactics because, as you recall, and Zach was just reminding us, originally he sort of was just like, "Yeah, I did that, but oops."
Well, yeah, at a certain point after like the 17th accuser,
Right.
it was like,
Yeah.
I was on chat roulette minding my own business.
I would date like the absolute youngest.
Yeah, and we know. But somehow he got out of that unscathed. Well, not unscathed, but like relatively fine. He's like, yeah, no, I had sex with 17 minors.
He said, I was desperate.
That's not what happened.
That's hyperbole.
No,
That's
he
hyperbole.
did not say that. But in his video, when he finally responded to everything, he said, I was desperate.
Yeah, he's
I'm
desperate.
desperate.
Yeah.
Which kind of lines up with today's story, too.
Oh,
In my opinion,
Desperate.
I think that just based on the evidence he supplied, he showed us that he's morally inept.
It's
He's so horny.
Genuinely.
Dude, this guy, get him like, I don't know what. What do you do if you're that horny? Just stop doing like crimes. You're like, I'm so horny, I'm going to be committing crimes. What do you do? Just jerk off, I guess. Probably.
Yeah.
I
Right?
know. I don't know.
else can
I
you do?
genuinely don't know. What do you do?
him up.
Go see a therapist, maybe.
You
Probably.
certainly don't
That would
betray
be a
your
good start.
friend and potentially hook up with her abusive ex-boyfriend, who she is pursuing legal action.
I don't know. He
against.
was really horny.
Right.
Have you considered?
Have you?
that?
Yeah, exactly. So we've got that to go along today. Very fun. Very exciting.
Zach, I just he's with that audio cue. So I think Brazzo could fix him. He just needs to stare into the gaze of miracles.
No,
gaze.
he'll try to fuck Brazzo, dude.
The gays.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, love.
What's this? He goes like that.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, no, you're nailing
Doesn't have
it.
the mystique.
Actually nailing
He
it
has.
there.
You know he stares in the mirror and practices that gaze.
Oh yeah.
I think
Not
he's
a bad
got-
gaze. It's not a bad gaze.
It's not a bad gaze. It's far from the worst gaze that I've seen.
I love
It is-
gaze.
Yeah.
I love the gays.
You're gay, dude.
The gays know how to have fun.
I don't think it made me gay.
Let's do. We got goof. So anyway, we have some time. I'm not going to do any Hasan stuff today or any of the others.
Well, you should announce that we have somebody calling in about an hour.
Oh wait, so
right?
never mind. I am doing Looney Tunes. Not Harley's calling in today at 1 to discuss Creator Club. 1:30. Oh,
Damn!
I was
that
not
was
sure where that was going.
crazy.
I've never heard that many booms.
Was that digitally enhanced in some way, or did he really deliver that many booms?
Real as rain, my
Whoa!
Yeah, Zach wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach, he supplies only the realest.
That's impressive.
So okay, that's a big. It's what is that, like a 20 boom day? So yeah, Harley's gonna call in. We'll talk about Creator Clash, but other than that, I'm not gonna do any Hasan stuff. I'll save it together for like a Warzone episode. Oh yeah, here's something I do need to say. I'm canceling this week Wednesday and Thursday's episode because I need. I know it sucks, guys. I know it sucks, but trust me, I need to do this because there are personal projects, videos that I need that demand my attention that need to be finished for the main channel. Very, very relevant, very highly anticipated. So I can't do both. I just can't. You know what I mean? Like both of them take my full attention, and I need to get in the laboratory and crank out what I need to do. What's so funny about that?
I don't know. I think I shot a booger out of my nose. I just wasn't expecting that from Lena. I don't know.
What did she do?
She threw.
up
No,
the
I'm
demon
sorry. She
mode,
put up
overlay.
the show him, Lena.
The demon mode.
Yeah, the demon.
Yeah,
mode.
demon mode. Yeah, that's cool. We can do a crew member on Thursday if you guys are up for it. Crew members stream.
Yeah. At least I'd be happy to come in.
Yeah, Dan will be doing a show on
Yeah,
Thursday.
Dan.
A solo Dan show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to necessarily volunteer all my coworkers, but I just care about our members, and we didn't have a members episode the week before last, and doing that again so soon.
I'm so sorry, guys, but trust me, it's worth it. Your guys' direct support gives me the ability to cancel this midweek episode, and trust me, you're gonna want what I'm working on.
Your direct support allows me to cancel.
A reverse mortgage loan is
well, you know, that's revenue, that's money, baby.
Should we?
Your support enables me to cancel the episode. is what
Yeah,
you said.
gives me the time to focus in on this other project.
Yeah, the more members we get, the less shows we're gonna do. Thank you guys.
That's not true. That's not true. We take good care of our members,
Big
you guys.
difference.
Maybe
you pay it
we could
back.
do a Zoom crew episode over
that
Zoom.
sounds nice.
Zoom.
I mean,
Zoom.
if
You
you
don't
really
wanna
don't want to
do
haul
it.
your ass over here, I guess that's fine. Whatever y'all want to do.
I come in to
just-
see you. If I don't see you, it's not worth the drive.
I see.
He's here.
I am you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
So you can
retire better.
Thanks. Appreciate that. How's Rocky doing?
He's good. He's good. We
So
took him
perfect.
to the vet today. Well, Lena took him. And
How'd he
he's-
check
he's-
out?
He's good. Yeah, he has a follow-up in 2 weeks, but everything seems okay.
Did they give him a shot or a dewormer or take blood or anything, Lena?
No. He's up to date with his vaccines. It was just kind of like a checkup exam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cute little shrimp.
We have not slept in bed since we've gotten him. We've slept
You-
on the couch every night for the
Careful
past week.
with that.
Why?
It's a bad habit.
Just we don't want him in the bedroom, so and we didn't want to
You
leave
got
him
to
alone.
figure something out because
Yeah.
your dog is going to be not too happy.
Oh.
Little Rocky's.
Oh yeah, he got a haircut. Yeah.
God, dude.
He's so much smaller now.
He looks so pretty.
Cute little
He
boy.
smells good.
Dog.
Dog. Look at this guy.
What a sweet, cute little monkey.
He is a lot of work, but I've said it again. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like I can't believe it took so long to get a puppy because we just we've had so much fun with him.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
He does have a similar face to Ducky, which is the cutest face in the world, basically. Like a real life teddy bear. Cute yawning, cute yawn. Yeah, you got to figure that out because you don't want to be sleeping on the floor forever or on the couch.
Yeah.
Right?
No, he's good though when we do leave him. If we if we go in my office or something, he'll kind of just stick to himself.
This is not what podcasts are.
Because the idea is for you guys to sleep in your bedroom and him to sleep in the family room or something?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you
outside.
could train them to do it. What?
Right outside. Our bedroom's right next to the living room.
You said sleep outside. I was like, bro,
no.
what?
No.
I baby-proofed the whole house over the weekend. I got a bunch of I think they call it chicken fencing or something for the patio. Yeah.
Chicken Wednesday.
Because he's so little, he could
Yeah, he's so
squeeze
little. I'm
through.
afraid he might. Not that we want him on the patio, but he runs so fast. I'm afraid he's gonna get between our legs. And get out.
You can go to the patio. Why not? Nicole, thank you for the 10 gifties. So grateful to you. Thank you.
Nicole, love you.
That's right, Nicole. We got to count those. How many booms was that, man? Somebody let me know. All right, let's go look here. Throwback to the OG button. Yeah, this was a fun time.
On my right screen.
This was a shout out to Crowder's. The revelation that Steven Crowder had a silence button for his co-host when he was talking too much.
Oh, I can't believe that. Still can't believe that was real.
Everything about that was just wow.
Yeah.
What is he up to? Is he just on Rumble or something?
He's still on YouTube, but if I remember correctly, I think they finally may have been permanently demonetized on YouTube. So I think they're mainly a Rumble show now.
Why would they be demonetized on YouTube?
Why?
Was it the racial jokes, the racial slurs, the abuse of his employees?
So fucking stupid, bro.
Let's see. He does have.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Here's a. What is this him?
His last stream on YouTube was a month ago, and it says, "Goodbye YouTube. Today is the day."
I think.
So.
What's the views on that?
It has 100,000 views.
That's not a lot, Steven. For someone who was just offered $50 million to Twitch to the now defunct Daily Wire. How things have changed, man.
Yeah, for real.
No idea.
I don't think they're completely defunct, but they are like significantly downsizing. They had to let go Ben Shapiro's little clone.
Really?
Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, the
Mrs.
girl
Jekyll.
that looked just like him.
I figured she was pulling views.
She was.
Maybe not anymore.
She's not with Daily Wire anymore.
She's probably pulling views on her own damn self now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably.
Brett Cooper, is that her name?
Why watch Ben Shapiro when you can watch like cute Ben Shapiro? It's the same thing, but like cuter.
Yeah, right.
Like that's a way better selling point.
That's a good point.
You're like, this guy's gross and weird. I don't like him. It's like, oh, she's kind of cute. This is better. It's a good selling point. It really
Let's
is.
see if she's
There's
still...
49 booms.
It's 49?
Seriously?
I counted the wave. Yeah.
Do it. Play it again. There's no way.
There's no way it's that
No,
many.
it's possible.
The people in chat said I counted on 0.25 speed, and there were 48 booms. So yeah.
Wow. That is such an impressive rate.
Play it again.
10, 20, 30, 40.
Yeah, no, I take it back. I think that's accurate.
Did you count the last one?
I counted the last
Okay,
boom.
good.
Yeah. That's why it's 49.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good.
There it is, guys. Big moves happening. Big booms happening. All right, so here's the clip in honor of Steven Crowder here.
Steven.
On my right screen, it'll still show that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though the browser on my left screen. I'm not a streamer. I don't do Twitch stuff.
Right. Right. So that's.
I'm the talent.
I explained it to you, though. I explained it to you.
Not good enough.
There are two browsers. There's Chrome and Firefox.
Yeah.
And Firefox. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll go.
What happened?
Everything that's
Wait, what happened?
inspired.
Why'd you stop? Why'd you stop talking?
By the way, I wish it was part of the bit. I genuinely didn't know what was happening at this point.
Following the rules.
What happened? Dan just shut down.
I wish this
What's
was part of the
happening
bit.
Does somebody want to say something? What the fuck just happened?
Someone wrote
Okay, I
me.
can take over.
Oh, I
for a
didn't
little
see
bit.
the button thing. Oh my god.
So somebody wrote me what's happening.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on. Okay. All right. It's the button, love, please.
Now, is this before the button?
Fallen.
Yes.
I think so.
Maybe this is the
saying?
original button.
In a sense.
But Dan was explaining to you before that
A button.
Oh yeah, I know.
Aw, don't
Cameron.
ever tell him to be
I
quiet.
just missed my old friend.
That was
Yeah,
a
I'll never
permanent
button you,
one.
Cameron. If you come back, I
think what
promise
he was
never to
trying
button
to
you.
Okay. He was.
It's a funny gag, though. It's never too late to bring
Listen,
it back, guys.
It was Dan's fault. That's the only acceptable.
And by the way, to be honest, you guys can be really annoying sometimes. And the button would be handy, especially for you, Dan.
Well, it's unfortunate that it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Lena, do
Now
you...
there's nothing stopping me.
Oh, and then I also didn't forgot to announce that Nate is on paternity leave.
Yes.
So wish him all the best.
I'm shooting.
He's shooting he shot ropes, and now his wife is about to shoot a baby out. Sorry, it's kind of vulgar, but that's that's literally how birth works. So,
Thank you.
send him your best. Send them both your best. So he's gonna be out for like a month or something. I'm not sure. So in the meantime, we're gonna have, I guess, playing musical chairs a little bit on the switchboard. Lena,
We got Lena
is
on
there
the ones and
today
twos today.
with the booms.
Boom.
Now, Lena, do you know how to do the button?
You talking about that
That
button?
one?
Yeah, the crowd.
I don't even know if that's in the session.
Oh,
Yeah.
please,
It was
That's an
before
old
Nate's
gag,
time.
dude.
please. I know Dan's trying to fucking bury
That's
that
an
thing.
old gag.
When you
We can
start,
set it up though.
yeah, we should, because Dan needs a button. He's out of
I
control.
resent that. What?
So, beep bop, beep bop. All right, let's look at our top of the show goofs. Insane ad I got on YouTube. Oh, brother, this is gonna be really insane, isn't it? Let's see. Oh yeah, I've seen this. I have seen this. Steinberger. It gets you going for 36 hours. You put it under your tongue, it dissolves in 15 minutes. Hard in 15 minutes, ready for 36 hours. The hell is that drug?
It's my tongue.
How do you get hard? You're gonna be hard for 36 hours? Doesn't sound good at all.
For 36 hours?
That's
Just
what
walk
he's
around with an
promising.
erection for
That's
30 Yeah.
like a medical
Crazy.
emergency.
Maybe that's why he's peeing everywhere. Just
Because he's
peeing on the
he's
gate.
hard all the time.
He's just constantly torqued.
I don't know if this is safe. It says what I think this is because we used to sling boner pills. One of these is Viagra, and the other one is the other popular one, Cialis, I think.
Yeah.
They're combining them, and it's rapid dissolving because you need that shit right now. Wow. All right, Steiny, and the pill has a flame on it. And I love them, by the way. And I think that's probably a really good product.
I mean, if
Tom might be talking to that.
36 hours.
I want to try it.
But that's impressive, right? That's impressive. 36 hours. I mean, you know, your dick is gonna feel like it's on fire, guys.
In a good way.
In a good way,
In the
yeah.
best way possible.
Yeah, no, that's the only way to take that statement.
In the right way.
So Steiny's out there getting paid, and we love that, and we love this company. We really do. I can't wait to work with
In
them.
earnest.
Fat love, meet little love. Well, this is exciting. A little union of great beings here.
He kind of looks like a baby. Come here, I'm gonna eat you.
Wow, that
I'm
looks really
bigger
good.
than you. I'm higher in the food chain. Get in my belly.
They both work so well.
That's crazy. Terrifying. Thank you, though.
Does Mike Myers get shit for his portrayal of a fat guy?
I think he gets more shit for his portrayal of an Indian dude in The Guru.
Oh, show that. I didn't know about that.
Oh,
he plays an Indian guy?
But he doesn't do.
That's pretty wild.
He doesn't change the color of his.
He doesn't go blackface?
No.
But he changes his voice, though.
He does an accent.
Yeah.
I know that
there was a little bit of backlash to that, I think. To the fat bastard character.
At the time?
I think at the time.
Really?
I mean, it was the 90s, so people were not as sensitive about
Dude,
these
the
things.
90s was crazy.
But even then, I vaguely remember that like some people thought it was distasteful. Me, as like a 9-year-old, thought it was very
The best
funny.
thing ever.
And it's so
Get in my belly, dude. Okay. Well, there it is. Yeah, and I remember, speaking of like acting as if you are an Indian person, that guy from The Simpsons, that turned into a whole big thing because the Abu was played by a white dude, which I did not know that. So there was kind of a whole reckoning, a whole reckoning around that, which I guess it makes sense, right? So here's Mike Myers as he's explicitly supposed to be Indian.
I don't remember the story if he's adopted or not, but he does the accent. I remember that.
He is, yeah. So he is white, and they do a flashback to when he was younger. So he goes to another guru's ashram, as they call it in the movie, and he becomes the love guru Pitka.
Well, why do they have to make him Indian? They could have just had him be like, "Oh, I'm a white."
Yeah, that
who
still
moved to
works
India."
without
Loophole. Well, loophole it. He's like, "No, I'm Indian."
I've never caught that one myself. So
is this a good movie, by the way?
I happen to like it. I tanked at the fucking box.
I was hoping it would be good at the time, but no, I didn't like it.
Yeah, Mike Myers had a moment for like a couple years in the 90s, and then
just a couple years between Wayne's World and the Austin Powers
That's
movies.
true.
He was a powerhouse.
You're right. It was like
Yeah.
a whole decade.
Yeah.
And then, So I Married an Axe Murderer. You remember that one? That was Mike Myers, and of course Shrek. Who could forget his most crowning
achievement?
Yeah.
I said Shrek.
I thought his Elon was good. He recently did on SNL.
Oh, he's a fantastic imitator or voice actor or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a funny guy.
Oh wow, it even looks like him. I don't watch Saturday Night Live. I'm like totally out on this, but I see the resemblance.
Yeah, it was a pretty funny impression. Their dude, SNL has like always been a mixed bag, and a lot of times it's pretty cringe. But their dude who they have play Trump, I really
This guy?
Yeah.
See, I've never even seen this guy in my life. I'm so far behind.
He's, everybody's got a Trump impression. I think he's the GOAT. He actually.
You know who's my favorite?
Very good.
By far is got to be what's that comedian's name? Who's on Kill Tony and
Shane Gillis.
Yeah, Shane Gillis.
His actually is pretty good.
It's the best.
It is very good.
It's very fucking.
Yeah.
And the guy that does Biden, Adam Ray, he's fucking spectacular too.
Yeah, I hate to give it to those guys, but sometimes it's funny.
Yeah.
Although it's never because of Tony. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It's never because of Tony. But I mean, it's his show. He's the curator.
Sure.
Oh, Chet's pointing out we didn't mention Shrek. Mike Myers is Shrek.
We absolutely did, AB.
He literally called it his crowning achievement.
I literally walked away to help Lena with to show your screen. My bad.
Well, I just insulted that you think I would leave something like that out.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just
absurd.
saying. It's crazy that Chris Farley was supposed to play Shrek at first, and he shot majority of it, and then he died midway through.
Did that ever get out, like hearing him do voice lines? I'm really curious. What does that sound like?
Let me see.
I'd love to hear that. Beverly Hills Ninja. That was the last movie of his I saw.
I used to love that movie as a kid.
He made.
Oh, it was?
I think so.
I think his last movie was Amongst Heroes with Matt Perry.
What? Never even heard of that.
Myron
Exactly.
here. Yeah, I'm really curious. Let's see. Interesting. And it even looks like him in the sketch. This is cool.
Wait, this is like, man.
It's like storyboarding.
With his voice lines? This is like available to the public?
Well, let's listen. That's what it says it is.
Nothing like a fire and a noble romantic mission to warm the cockles of your heart.
Yeah. I like my cockles room temperature, thank you very much.
Hey, if you're not doing this for cockle warming, why are you doing it?
Simple. Fartwad gets his princess, I get what I want.
He doesn't have the accent.
Yeah, it's interesting. That
Dude,
must have just been a Mike Myers
the
thing.
Scottish accent is like makes Shrek. He is Scottish for some reason.
For some reason.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Which is? Now, come on, what do you want?
I don't have time to set it to music.
Oh.
I don't think Shrek would have. I don't think it would have been.
It would have been a
with
hit
this.
without.
There wouldn't be 10 Shreks. There wouldn't be.
Huh.
In fact, we probably wouldn't even think of the name Shrek. I don't even think it'd be a cultural phenomenon. Eddie Murphy's doing his dangest as the donkey. Like, he crushed that.
Yeah. No. I mean.
But without Shrek, donkey. You know what I mean? Fuck. All right. Well.
Any Gingy fans? You know, the gingerbread man? He makes the movie for me, man. I love that fucking.
Oh yeah.
The guy goes, "Oh, don't eat me." That guy.
Well, do you know the Muffin Man?
Great movie, folks. Shrek, everybody. Shrek in 3D.
Have you ever seen the DreamWorks produced spin-off Puss in Boots?
Yeah.
Piss in Boots. Also highly acclaimed. I don't know if you know that.
I enjoyed it.
The last Puss in Boots, which I did watch because on I think your recommendation.
Oh, there's multiple? I actually didn't know.
Yeah, it was highly critically acclaimed. Yeah.
86% Rotten Tomatoes.
It's I can't help but it just sounds vulgar to me.
Puss in Boots?
Yeah, it's just I can't get away from that.
Pussycat.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You got some prime puss.
It's just that phrase has been completely commandeered.
In boots?
Puss.
Well,
what's wrong with in boots?
It just
color
puss.
of your-
That sounds super vulgar.
Oh, that part.
Pussy in boots. That also sounds super vulgar. They're both bad.
Sounds
Way
worse.
But low key, the in kind of it acts as that. So I think the
It
word
helps.
gives off both feelings.
Pussy. Myron Gaines tried to convince a panel that he. Oh my God, you guys! You guys, I can't believe how dumb and pathetic Myron Gaines is. So this girl on his panel, they're still doing the same content, man. God, man.
Yeah.
Now people might look at this show and be like, "Oh, they're doing the same content, right?" I'm talking about different things, at least.
Yeah.
They have same girls.
It's not the same content. It's the same conversation.
That's it. They're having the same conversation for fucking 5 years. They bring on OnlyFans girls and then be like, "Oh, 'cause you're just an OnlyFans girl.
What's your body count?
What's your body count, slut? OnlyFans."
Also, as a side note, I love how they have like 20 play buttons. I don't know if most people know you could order multiple of your play buttons. So those are probably all the same channel.
Wait.
That'd be my guess.
Why do they have so many? Yeah, that's weird.
You could probably Google it. What are all the play buttons? I still think I got to be in the running for most play buttons.
Oh yeah, you're definitely up there.
My play button.
But you don't like put them on display. I'm always arguing to put them up.
We should. I guess maybe we should just to see.
Yeah.
I could fill a whole ass wall. Look like a family photo.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. If we don't put them up soon, I might steal one of them. So we should definitely.
All right, let's
do
put
that.
them up then.
Put them up.
So anyway, Myron Gaines has these girls on, and this one girl does a little bit of a goof on him, and she says she's from Skibbity, Ohio.
Sure.
Now, me being, of course, in touch with the youth, understand that Skibbity is, of course, not only well, Skibbity toilet. Obviously, we're gonna go there. Isn't Skibbity also a Fortnite reference?
No, sir.
No.
Oh, it's just Skibbity toilet?
Oh my God.
Oh. Well, I got the Skibbity toilet part. Anyway, it's a
This guy's acting like he's heard of Skibbity, dude.
I know what Skibbity is. I watch that shit with my kids. We fuck with Skibbity.
Usually when people do like the brain rot TikToks, they bring up Fortnite and Skibbity. So that's probably.
They sell fucking Skibbity shit in Target now. It's insane.
No shot.
Yeah, toys and shit.
Who do they even license for that? Is that
Probably the Skibbity guy.
The Skibbity guy?
Well, a lot of those assets are stolen from the Half-Life series, though. So, like, presumably Valve would have
who
to
owns that?
sign off on it.
Yeah, it's like you're right. Anyway, here she is doing a
I don't know.
Skibbity toilet, and we love that for her. Everybody sign up for her OnlyFans.
Abigail, okay, how old are you? It's 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. Okay. What part of Ohio?
Skibbity.
What?
Skibbity. You know, I was just in what is it called? Winchester. Wait, hold on.
Wait, I love you.
I was up there by Cleveland in January.
What do you do for work?
Social media. What does that even mean?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Social media.
Hold on. You invited her on, Myron. You know what the fuck that means.
Translation OnlyFans.
Are you a Nepo baby?
No.
I want to be doing OnlyFans if I was.
Oh, please. There's a lot of
And
them.
then also the town you mentioned, Skibbity, is yeah, it's not a, it's a blue collar town.
Fun fact.
What?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
They all are.
Yeah,
Ohio.
because when she said Netball Baby, I was like, that's impossible. She's from Skibbity, Ohio.
It's, you know what? The only
I study a little bit because when I was looking at a JD Vance.
He said he
Okay, how old are you? It's 19,
That's
right?
so painful.
Okay.
Neil.
What part of Ohio?
Neil Tyson DeGrasse.
What?
Skibby.
Cringe.
You know, I was just in.
Can you mute the video? Here.
This is the only proper response to this. And by the way, if people don't know, I literally made this. This is from one of my videos. This is the edit. I made this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is kind of awesome. Nobody.
You're freaking epic
Nobody
gamer,
credits me, of
bro.
course.
Yeah.
This is me hearing him say "skibbity toilet." It was this shot of Neil doing. He did a Cosmos remake.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was him like traveling, going light speed or something in his fake spaceship.
So good.
It's so funny. Another one I saw that's funny is when you nut. And
yeah.
suck this thing. You know, this one's better though. Oh God, yeah.
It's so good because he's so insecure that when he heard one of the other girls laughing, then he was like, "Oh, I know where that is." And you know, he's so afraid of being laughed at that he just made up that he knew where the fuck this made-up place was.
Nobody knows Skibbity like
Nobody knows
Myron.
Skibbity.
It's a blue collar town.
Yeah, it's working class town.
I did some
Salt of the
research.
earth.
What a dumbass! Why would
I
you
know
even
about
lie?
Skibbity.
Like you don't know what Skibbity, bro. Why would lie about something so
you
stupid?
don't know the first thing about Skibbity.
You don't know anything about Skibbity. I just learned something about Skibbity. Look what
Mike,
was just sent to me.
shot Michael Bay's making a Skibbity toilet movie.
This is being reported in Variety.
Disgusting.
This was back in July 2024, so I don't know what the status of this is.
What?
Well, he does do big action, and you
know who works for? You know who does his music?
Our boy.
Yeah, our boy.
Yeah. So
Oh my
he
God.
could be
Jablonski.
He could be composing for Skibbity Toilet in the near future. Here.
Huge gig. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That'd
no,
be
that's
amazing.
that's massive. That's massive.
Speaking of our boy
Massive.
Jablonski, we are planning. We are go. All engines go on the orchestra.
The Justin
Maestro.
Bieber. Yes, you have declared that Justin Bieber is a hack. And that literally anybody, including yourself, could do what he does
easily.
And so we are in the process. It's looking like it's going to happen next week.
It was a members app that we watched it on.
Oh, okay. So for anybody that didn't
wait, we're setting up. I'm spending $8,000 on a members episode gag. People don't even know the reference.
Well, we're talking about it right now.
All right, explain it. Dang. Go on, Dan.
Yeah, there was a video of Justin Bieber conducting an orchestra, which was pulled as evidence by Olivia that Justin is a talented musician. And
he is.
upon watching it, Ethan decided
clip.
that
Now
he
we
wasn't
gotta-
really
Yeah, I got
doing
it, I
anything
got it.
that impressive.
Yeah, well.
And that he could do it maybe even a little bit better than Justin Biebs. So
I'm spending a
it
small
turns out,
fortune on this, guys. You better. You guys need to know.
oh please.
What? $8,000? That's a lot of money. Come on, bro. By Skibbity Toilet, the toy.
That's crazy.
Who's making money from this?
I bought that.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Fine.
I'm just kidding. That is kind of cool.
It's a mystery box.
Skibbity dibbity dip. What the fuck? God damn. What a weird, bizarre world we live in. I mean,
It's high quality. It's really good quality.
such a bizarre, strange world. Can you send a clip of a... Yeah, thank you. So here's the clip that... This is actually funny because Olivia was like, he's so talented. And by the way, of course, he is talented. You're not wrong.
This one has more views.
And you said, pull this up. This is proof that he's talented. And like, he is talented, but I'm also a giant... Maybe I'm just a giant dick head.
It's the right one.
So he goes in front of... Oh, did it get claimed? Claimed what? It's just bump.
I
bump,
think
bump.
you guys watched it on a members episode. Yeah.
But what's the claim? It's just making sounds.
Why do we think that it was claimed?
Yeah,
It's fine.
There's no shot. Yeah. So he stands in front of an orchestra.
Yeah, that's great.
He goes, stay in the pocket, guys.
Just find that pocket.
Find that pocket, guys. No,
Yeah.
he's talking to like the most talented musicians in the world. Like anything he says, they're gonna make sound good. And don't tell them find the pocket, okay? I know you're Justin Bieber, but let them worry about the pocket.
I will say I did fold in that this video might not be the best representation of his talent. I remember pull a video of him as like a child playing the drums, and
Yeah,
you
that
were
was more
impressed.
impressive.
You
Yeah.
were impressed.
Yeah.
Hold off on the drums yet?
But you have to have a little bit of melodic capability.
Well,
in
we're
order
gonna
to do
find out
something like
because
this.
we're
Yes,
going.
you do.
You could be like,
Fine, I can't wait.
We're going to that studio, and it just so happened that our
Same
boy
studio.
Jablonski actually knew the specific musicians in this video. And so we're getting them as well. So it will literally be like a perfectly controlled scientific experiment where we will have all of the same elements that Justin had available to him, available to Ethan, and we can see if he can do the same thing.
Now we have 3.5 hours with them, so obviously a lot of us are going to be able to do it. I'm going to try to make one that sounds good, and then I'm going to try to make one that sounds bad. And I bet that still sounds good.
You should see if you can do Not Like Us by memory. If you can be like, strings, dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, probably.
I think you certainly could make that happen.
I think he's listened to it enough that he can make that happen.
That's kind of a fun project.
Mhm.
Anyway, here's again, bask in the glory of. I think the first part was even more cringy, in my opinion.
He has a vision. I hear it.
Yeah, that's great.
It never goes anywhere. And then he goes to this guy and goes, do a solo. Okay, epic. Yeah. And now he's just listening to them.
He likes music.
He didn't do this though.
He made
He's
it
acting like he
happen.
did this.
He made it happen.
I think that guy in particular that's playing the solo is one of the people we will have.
He stopped talking. He's just
popping his head.
He's enjoying his work.
Bro, don't do the maestro thing. Dig in.
Really dig in now.
Yeah. Anyway, I was unimpressed, and so now we're doing it, and I'm gonna prove. I think mine's gonna sound better than his. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
mine's gonna
see.
sound amazing.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I
Do
think
you know what you're going to be going for? Is it going to be sweet? Is it going to be dramatic? Is it going to build?
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away too much here, Olivia.
I see. I
Right.
see.
No, you're right. Those are
Wiring, okay,
I'm
but
sorry. I'm sorry. Sometimes I do.
you know, we'll find out. But we should have time for all you guys to take a go at it.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. See if you hog it or not.
I'm gonna need an hour at least.
Right, yeah. We need to thank our sponsor.
Thank you so much to our gracious, beautiful, lovely sponsor, Turtle Beach. That's right.
Shout out to the beach.
Let me see them. Let me see them. Now they make these wonderful. They make gaming or computer stuff.
Accessories,
and specifically they make these really great headphones.
Yeah, they send us-
Wireless. Bro, I can't hear you. I cannot hear you.
That's good.
Sound canceling, dude.
You fuck loser.
What?
Yes, nothing.
I swear to God, I can't hear you, bro.
Okay.
Turtle Beach. These are really good. I can't hear anything. It's really something. I got to take them off. It's so stunning. These are super high quality, guys. This is what you're gonna get. You got all the buttons. You got the controls here. You got the Bluetooth button. Now, Love, you use these all the time, right?
Yeah. So what's kind of special with Turtle Beach is usually they have the ability to connect both to a phone and a console, or a PC and console.
Both.
So you can have two connected at once.
That's so big.
You get two little dongles that you can insert in your PC or in your Xbox. You can just seamlessly switch between. If you look at those headphones there's two individual audio spinners.
Yeah.
Which is very convenient. And because I think the origin of the purpose of this is because when you're on Xbox, you might want to be on Discord on your phone, listen to music on your phone, and you kind of can mix and match like that.
What? You can play both at the same time?
Yeah.
It's
that's
really
convenient.
Super sick.
And I've been using it. It's probably not the intended use, but I've been having one dongle in the PC here at work, then I have one dongle in the PC at home, and then when I bring the headphones to work, they just seamlessly connect here, and then when I bring them home, they're already connected in there too.
That sounds like a great use of it.
Fully seamless. They're actually decent work headphones too, because as you mentioned, they're fully like sound isolated.
Or isolating.
Yeah, isolating. And like as you said, I can literally not hear when Dan is calling or whatever when I need to focus.
Right.
It's really good.
I got to do it like this, so I can hear you.
Also,
these are. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to point out because I have a pair too, and I've been using them. Reach up on the right, Ethan.
Yeah.
There is a microphone
You have
built
them on
into
backwards.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it come out?
Yeah, I think you have it on backwards.
Yeah, you have it on backwards.
Turn around.
Oh, here, no.
Yeah.
This comes down. Oh
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know what kind of product is this. Why
Flip
is
it around. Flip
why
it
is the
around.
mic showing to the back?
Flip it around. There you go.
Of course, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. And what I like about it is
that's sick.
It is sick. It's very nice construction, and when you press it back up into the headphones, that mutes it. And so somebody walked in, and so it's a very easy. You just pop it right back up, and you're muted.
They thought of everything.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So
little
here,
touches.
and apparently, guys, 80 hours of battery life.
It has been very impressive. Yeah. I think I've only charged it once since I got it, and it was.
This is the industry's first ever cross-play dual wireless transmitter system. So this is cutting-edge stuff here, guys. Turtle Beach doesn't just have amazing headsets, by the way. They have all kinds of gaming accessories. Super high quality at a great price that don't break the bank. From fighting to racing simulators to controllers, keyboards, and mice, Turtle Beach is the ultimate gaming cheat code. These are so sick, guys. If you or your loved ones need to step their game up, if they're, you know what I mean, get them one of these because you'll hear the footsteps coming.
Yeah. I mean, you'll see the specs on the website, but a lot of these headphones has like surround sound vibes, so you can actually hear when people's behind you, when people's on the right, left, whatnot.
It's honestly such an advantage. I never use headphones playing CS:GO.
See, yeah, that's night or day for me. I have to use a good pair of headphones.
Because you have like a whole 360 degree.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And these ones are the juicer ones, and you can actually like adjust the headrest too.
Oh, somebody just sent a super chat for Loco with the Knife, which great name by the way. Every time I see you donating, I just got the Stealth 700s a few weeks ago. Killer headphones, great for gaming. Matt, I got them before y'all were sponsored. How dare you? It's okay.
Return it and then rebuy
return it
with
and
our
use code H3.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, head to turtlebeach.com and use the code H3 for 10% off your entire order. Ba-boom! 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with the promo code H3. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support the show. Tell them you heard about it on H3. Guys, it's time to get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. Boom!
The beach.
Very cool.
The beach.
What a nice product. All right. Let's see here. We got more schmutz.
So we have a call in at 1:30. It's 1:07 right now. So maybe we should just
guess who slept through the night
kill a
last
little bit
night?
of time for the next 15 minutes or so.
Who's this? Who's this baby?
That is Dan reincarnated.
That's what people are saying.
Oh my
this baby
God, I
is
see
Dan.
it. Reincarnated?
Mm-hmm.
But he's still alive.
I am alive is the thing.
The good part of you.
Oh, I see.
Only evil Dan is left.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. All these Dan lookalike things, I don't see it.
You don't see it in this one either?
I don't.
I don't find this one particularly compelling.
I don't see
Sometimes
it.
I see him.
You guys are being
It's the
ridiculous.
eyes,
I'm
man.
not lying. I don't see it.
That's Dan.
That's not Dan. That's a baby.
The fact that you don't see it, Dan's a little sus.
It's sus?
I need to know more about this baby.
Sus about what?
I see him.
This is a redheaded baby.
And he has hair.
Yeah, that baby has hair.
Yeah.
That ain't me.
I mean, I guess what the
I mean,
eyes.
we don't know. We don't
What?
know Dan's color hair. Maybe it is red.
It's not red.
Well, it might
True.
be.
True. We've never seen
We've
it.
never seen it. I've never seen it.
Red hair.
Red hair.
Red. This baby was bullied for having red hair.
That baby
red
looks
hair.
just like a Dan,
Thank you.
I don't see it.
bro. Stop.
Maybe a tiny bit in the eyes. I don't know.
The eyebrows,
Certainly
the
in the
eyes, the nose.
I think
It's all
you're tripping.
I'm not tripping, bro.
The
I ain't
demeanor.
tripping. Yeah.
The demeanor. It's a
Yes.
baby.
Exactly.
Did you see him clap his feet? Dan does that all the time.
Okay, that is kind of my signature move. I'll give you that.
Does that
But that's
all
not
the
just
time.
me. I mean, I don't have a monopoly on the feet clap.
No, of course not. But it's your thing.
This girl is so bananas. I remember she went viral on TikTok for saying the N-word.
God.
Yep.
And everyone was like, dude, this woman's nuts. But then she got a lot of support from people who are like, yeah, say the N-word.
It wasn't just that she went viral for saying the N-word, because that implies that it was some sort of like she was in like a fight or something and got caught on camera doing it. No, she posted a cooking tutorial video where she just casually dropped it in the
Was
middle
it a
of
hard
the video.
ER or was it? I don't remember.
I think it was.
It might have been a hard ER.
I think
yeah.
it was a hard R.
And she's standing on business. She's like, yeah, I'm racist. I'm racist and I use
So
the
that was like
N-word."
2 or 3 years ago. So apparently this has just been turned into a career of
Yes.
being racist.
She turned saying the N-word into a career on social media.
Crazy.
That's fucking incredible.
Isn't
and
Twitter great, guys?
It's very much exactly what Hasan has been doing as well. So being a giant racist can pay off.
That's a swastika.
Yeah. Kind of my point. Any other ones you want to drop?
He's got swastika diamonds.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're getting that chain, I heard. Anyway, here she is.
I support a white racist.
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country.
No,
if you
that's
have...
fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. She is. I mean, would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would.
I do quite frequently.
You
Quite
use the
frequently. For what purpose?
This cutaway, the reveal to Myron
Myron's
being
here?
there.
Oh, God. Skibbity? Mr. Skibbity, Ohio?
Mr. Skibbity.
Word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist, are you?
Some would
love the
say
guy
I
in the
am. I
middle.
guess according to the
I
ADL,
don't know
I'm
who he
a
is, but-
Some
white
would
supremacist.
say I
I'm a
am. It's
neo-Nazi.
so crazy.
Do you use the N-word? Yes. All the time.
All the time. Well, would you say you're racist? I mean, some would say, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't.
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, she's not pretending to be anything she's not, right?
Yeah, but if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you? Are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech.
Girl,
whoa.
you do not need to say the N-word to achieve freedom of speech for white people.
Achieve it. We've achieved it.
I don't understand. What are you talking? You're on TV talking about how you say the N-word. Nobody stopped you. Nobody is stopping you.
You have a
In
whole
fact,
career based on
Yeah,
it,
you are the
apparently.
N-word lady.
Yeah.
That's basically your legacy.
That's your brand.
Nobody's stopping you. There's no free speech issue here.
Which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony doesn't back.
That's the new blonde lady who said the N-word. She's, I appreciate she's not pulling up the ladder behind her,
Solidarity for white women, middle-aged women saying the N-word. We will work together, ladies. Solidarity.
That's a different.
Sorry, but just to
kind
be
of
clear,
thing.
you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
Oh my God. She was about to say yes if there being one.
I mean, she did She worded it a little bit nicer,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the sentiment.
Whoa! That might be the most racist thing I've seen on TV maybe in my whole life.
It's pretty next level.
I got to hear that again. That was stunning.
Text. Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When is it appropriate?
Damn.
Appropriate.
This is stunning stuff. Wow.
Would it be appropriate
Uses it
to use the
about black
N-word?
people.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist, and you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to
I know
watch.
we've discussed this
And
to
shame
death,
on-
but Pierce's ability to make himself look better by comparison, it should be studied. It's stunning. Because like I've seen so many clips over the last few years where he is the voice of reason. For years, Piers Morgan was like a blowhard piece of shit that everybody hated. And like,
He's very
just from
reasonable.
a PR standpoint, it's been incredible to watch what he's done here.
It's true. I watch his show. I find it very entertaining. It's like blood sports, like political blood sports. I think I've decided. I don't think I ever want to call into that show. I don't think even I'm not even that pathetic.
Okay.
Because
Fair
I mean,
enough.
it is debased.
They have invited you numerous times.
Yeah,
to
they're
be a talking.
They're like, come have a debate with Hasan on Piers Morgan. I wonder whose side Piers would probably take my side, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Didn't they also like our Baldoni coverage?
Oh, I didn't catch the Baldoni coverage.
That happened too.
When they invited you on, I don't think it was a Hasan thing. That's
There
why I
was
confused at first.
there was one.
Oh, maybe there was one time.
I didn't trust the Baldoni thing. I thought they had some ulterior motive there.
Yeah.
I see.
What am I, the Baldoni? I'm not a Baldoni
Well, I was like,
expert.
what about bring me?
Yeah.
we could have gone
could have
as a
just
team.
sent you in there when it went live.
I would have gotten so many texts from like I'm sure old teachers being like, "Were you on Piers Morgan?"
They had that one debate about Israel and Palestine with Rabbi Shmuley and that other
why
guy,
did they do that,
Mo,
bro?
whatever. They somehow found the most obnoxious people on both sides.
Dude,
to
Rabbi
just go at
Shmuley
it.
is the worst person you could ever nominate to represent Israel. And I find it, honestly, at this point, I think it's anti-Semitic that Piers keeps bringing him on. because
with you.
he's just doing every Jew in the world a disservice.
I'm with you.
Some screaming psychopath. God.
Well, like you said, Pierce is. I don't want to praise him too much because he is in it for the blood sport, and while you're right, it can be entertaining. It's not the most constructive.
No,
it's not meant to be constructive. It's meant. He wants psychos screaming at each other. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
Yeah, and she never disagreed with him.
I thought that was their stinger.
Me too.
Or was it?
No, that was Dean Howard.
Yeah. Howard Dean. Close.
Yeah. The moment his presidency fell apart.
Zach's timing was perfect because it kind of faded with the title.
Yeah, I thought Pierce used that soundbite for some reason.
Fox News commentator. Excuse me. Fates. Live.
Oh yeah, this was from a couple days ago. Did you see this?
I think so. Yeah. Biden blames Harris loss on sexism. Oh my God, they're still talking about this.
It's not about.
Oh my goodness. We're just gonna get some help here.
Man, help her. When I saw this, I was like, bro, don't sit there.
I can understand somebody, because you saw at the last second, like crew members were already running in as she was falling. So, okay, somebody's taking care of her. What's crazier is what happens next to me.
Yeah, someone was running in.
Yeah.
For Cameron. Let me come back to Lynn.
Just optically. Optically. You
The
know.
switcher was on that shit. He was switched to the wide shot to catch her fall. It's kind of bad.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, check this out. Boom, out of frame, boom, out.
Oh no, it was
that was the camera.
Yeah, camera operator.
The camera operator was on their shit.
You got it. That's
The
second nature to
opportunity.
them.
Yeah.
I don't even think he thought about it. He just saw it, yeah.
Well, she's leaving the frame. Goes,
Wow, that is a really good camera guy.
Get some help here for Cameron. Let me come back to Lydia while we get some help for Cameron here.
Do not do the news right now.
yeah, that's. My God,
We all know that.
you're gonna carry on, dude. Jeez.
Our chat is all saying it's fake.
No shot. It's on, what do you
Interesting.
mean it's fake? It's on
I don't
Fox.
know.
It's not fake.
I don't know. No, I thought it was interesting. Everyone thought that.
It's Fox News. Why would they fake it?
So, Lydia, the
This guy's.
President. We're gonna go to a break, right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the better call.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she said it was most likely because of dehydration. She plans on returning. Yeah.
Great.
Drink some water, girl. You know what I mean? Carb up. Drink some water.
Carb up.
So that's that. And that's all I have to say about that. So we have James Charles and JoJo. And I guess Harley, is he ready or he's not there yet?
Well, it's a little early, but if you'd like me to see if he's available to hop on a few minutes early, we can just do it.
Yeah. And while we wait, I'll pull up my favorite topic of the moment. So sorry. I don't know why Hasan. Anyway, so is Harley ready? Nice.
Yeah.
This is my full statement, by the way, just for the record. By telling the Jews of Israel, which again, this comes after a clip of Hasan saying, yeah, hey, Harley, I know you're keyed in. I'm just going to finish my point here. I showed a clip of him saying the goal of the Houthis is to get the Jews to leave Israel. My response was, by telling Jews of Israel to go back where they came from, Hasan is attempting to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East. It characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers, which he then despite the fact that 60% of Jews in Israel are actually native to the Middle East. And then he does exactly what I said he does. He basically erased it all, paints them as white colonizers, says I'm doing Hasbara. It's fucking insane. What do you think about that, Harley? I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that.
No, it sucks, dude.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't
I
it?
thought we were
Fuck
doing,
that guy.
I thought we were doing no Hasan Day today, you know, and I come in and it's fucking what? We're going in on it? All right. I've been getting a lot of Hasan lately. Like if I fall asleep with YouTube rolling, it kind of starts choosing videos for me on my couch, and then I wake up and it's like someone reading my tweets and a video playing of Hasan and he's saying my name. And then I was thinking about you, and that happens for you all the time. Like that type of stuff's been going on for you for a long time, eh?
Well, we're like Hasan is talking about me, or just all
Just
these people?
no, you're on YouTube, your face is there, and people are talking about some shit that you're in.
Yeah. A
That's
lot of that
crazy.
stuff's on my
That's-
homepage just by the nature
Yeah.
of what I watch too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying I've been showing up there, like the stuff where I'll watch, where I'll see
yeah.
like what's been going on.
Yeah,
on
you've been-
YouTube.
yeah.
Now it's me. They say my name. I wake up to my name, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's weird, but
Come on, bro. You're
Yeah.
Harley Morenstein. By the way,
yeah,
you look
but
good.
like, thank you. The back in my day, no joke. Back in my day, like no YouTubers didn't talk about other YouTubers.
Interesting.
Like, so
yeah, it
it's
was
not
a
like I'd
different
wait. Yeah, so like when it was like me doing the thing, it wasn't. You know, we went to like the secret YouTube gathering in New York City. Remember that?
Yep.
It's like things like that, like the secret gathering. Have you ever been to one of those since?
No,
Secret
I
YouTube
haven't.
gathering?
I've never been invited back. Actually, incidentally.
Oh, but for no reason. They just didn't hit you. Me neither, by the way.
I don't think that I'm. I understand why. I'm kind of, a pain in the ass for a lot of people. But anyway, nice to see you. How are you doing after dropping out of Creator Clash? That happened, last week or the week before? I see you're sipping a Monster Energy. Is that diet or full sugar?
Yeah, it's no, only the Ultra Zeros. Got to drink on that white monster to become a white monster. You
That's
know what I mean?
right.
Oh yeah.
So how you feeling?
No, this stuff is like a drug, by the way. I'm feeling good. I mean, in regards to the whole creator clash thing, I'm very content to not be a part of it. I mean, I wish, you know what? I got a couple friends like boxing and creator clash, so I'm still like, I hope it works out. But I'm happy that I'm not a part of it. I think it's been like really ugly lately.
Yeah, it's been. And by the way, I don't know if you saw, but I think Anissa, or I think they blamed me for Lena. They says I forced Lena to drop out, and I think they insinuated that I also somehow convinced you. I whispered in your ear like
Very
worm
powerful.
tongue.
You're a very powerful man, I guess.
Yeah. Why did you quit Creator?
Because you told me to.
There it is.
Yeah. No, people are going to take that, though. They're going to be like, yeah. They're going to pause the video and react 3 minutes, being like, he said it, though. But he said it.
Honestly, I don't even find it insulting and be like, yeah, no, fuck your event. Like, my girl is out. You know, I would be, if his event fails, which I hope it does, I would be delighted. I'll be honest. Oh, you're attacking a charity event. Shut the fuck up, bro. You didn't even give money to charity last year. Okay.
No, I think the charity, I think they handled that part. They did the fundraiser.
What, with Hasan?
Which is separate. Yeah.
That does not count as a fundraiser for Creator Clash. This is Hasan doing a fundraiser with his Twitch. What a dumb loophole.
I understand, but it had me thinking, like, that was a moment where I watched the fundraiser a little bit. And I was like, this is crazy. This is for Creator Clash. And then when it was done and the money was raised, I was like, so what's going on with the boxing now, though? Like, is that still happening?
Well, and so all that means is that they don't actually have to give any of the actual revenue from Creator Clash, from the box office, from the concession, from the merch, yada, yada, from the pay-per-view.
No, you know what?
They're not giving
left,
a dime. They're not giving any of that to charity because thanks to Hasan.
Yeah, but no, because I left, they're gonna take all the money. They're gonna cut all the fighters like a $90,000 check or something.
Oh yeah,
just to make me feel stupid, you know?
Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be any money left. Honestly, I don't know how the event goes. I don't know how the event continues. Frankly, I don't know how. Apparently,
I think they're very incentivized to have the event go.
Well, I'm sure they are. Why? Because they're probably just have a ton of deposits on massive. Probably put a massive deposit on the arena, on the production, right? I mean,
I'm surprised that like earlier, whoever put the deposit down on the arena, and I have no idea how all this shit works. I just assume there's a guy that's like, hey, what's up with the boxing thing that I put a deposit down on the arena for? And then they would be like, oh, we lost a couple of our fights.
Hold on.
I feel like I'd be like, what the fuck's going on there?
Last year, okay, this is the talking point. They raised $180,000 for charity. No, they fucking didn't. He did a charity stream on his YouTube channel, which, by the way, you can do anytime you want if you're feeling charitable. If you want to if you want to be helpful and charitable, you don't need to host this giant fucking boxing event cloaked in this whole mystique of like, oh, it's a charity event. You can't talk bad about it. You can't say anything about it. Oh, you're attacking a charity event. Please, bro, give me a fucking break. How pathetic can you get? iDubbbz, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, like this one, it'd be great if the event happened, but I don't understand when they backed out of the company, Creator Clash, or when they said that. I didn't, and I still don't know. Like, okay, so who's doing things? Like, obviously, lots of people have questions. A lot of people are curious what's going on. So who's the guy? Who's saying something? And
do we not know?
Well, actually, I saved this little bit of tea for you. You know?
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, all right. You like that, eh?
Let's see. Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, you do. No, you do, eh? You like it? Okay, no, seriously. When they did hit me up and they were like, "Oh, they're out of Creator Clash. Do you want to come back in?" And I've already had just bad vibes about the whole thing this year. It's been really haphazard compared to the past. I didn't want any part of it. And I was happy that I made the decisions. Plus, I already made all these arrangements to head back home to Canada. And I was on the phone and they were like, would you? And I was like, nah. And then it's like, what about, they didn't ask if I wanted more money, but I did think that they would ask if I wanted more money. And if they did, it would just go to charity. And that's fine. But like, I still feel like my head wasn't in it. But then I thought, I was like, you know what? On the phone call, I was like, well, I think if they leave and they don't own it anymore, I don't think people will believe that. I
don't
think
believe
people will be like, yeah, right. You know?
I don't believe it because even after
trust a YouTuber.
That's the biggest fucking rookie mistake in the book, dude.
They're YouTuber. Everyone here's a YouTuber. Don't listen to me or Eth. They don't
I'm
trust
one.
a
To be
YouTuber.
honest, I am one of the ones you can trust, Harley. I have never.
Obviously, I am too.
Yeah,
You're aware of that.
We're
right.
the-
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
still,
we know.
I have to point it out. That's why I am trustworthy. So I'm
I
pointing
don't
out,
understand what
even
they mean
trust
when
us.
they say they stepped away from it because they, after that announcement, were still hitting people up in the DMs trying to recruit them to fight for the event. So are you involved or are you not?
On the call, I was like, what if I owned it? Because realistically, if they are giving up ownership, then, you know, maybe there's some way in there that I can get in. And it's not like I'm trying to be, what's the word, where I'm opportunative. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just freestyling on the phone call a little bit, you know? That's what people do in Hollywood, business shit. Like, I'm just freestyling. I'm like, I don't know, bro, maybe I own it.
Right.
Because
Sure.
who loves the event? I do. Who's been there since the beginning? Me.
I mean, your face was
And
at the
you know
top.
what? You know what? I'll come back and box if I want a piece. You know what I'll do? I'll open the books up. I'll be on H3 podcast tomorrow with Creator Clash 1 books. Let's open it up. Creator Clash 2 books. Open it up. Who got paid what? How much did Dr. Mike get? He better not. Well, it's right here. It's right here in the document. I'll open up everything.
Can I tell you
And they
something
were
about
like,
Dr. Mike?
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
I like Dr. Mike. I had a distaste for him after the iDubbbz fight because I felt like he got a cheap shot on him. But to be honest, looking back in retrospect, Ian deserved that. So I support it now. But
but I don't think Dr. Mike knew. He didn't know. He just did the cheap shot. And I got to be honest, the reason why I'm standing on him doing the cheap shot is that was the moment I started to like Dr. Mike.
that was it.
I'm like, look at this guy. He wants to win the box. Oh
He's
my
so
God.
motivated. He's a competitor.
It's sick. I was like, careful, bro. Dr. Mike will get you, dude. Don't ever trust a YouTuber.
Even the doctors.
Not even the doctors. He tried to fucking hit him right at the beginning.
He did a Jubilee video that I thought was really good where he argued with a bunch of anti-vaxxers. But in that video, he was watching, Zach, you'll appreciate this, and you can pull up a picture of it. He was wearing a blue ceramic AP that goes for like $400,000. And I'm saying that's Dr. Mike money. You know what I mean?
Dr. Mike, yeah, I could see him being about that life, most definitely. No, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy.
Zoom in on that. That's not the one I'm talking about. Go to the Jubilee one. But what is that? I wanted to peep that. Yeah, in the Jubilee one, you'll see. Blue ceramic. Oh, this is the one. Yep, this is it. This watch, and it's a beautiful watch.
How much is this watch?
So here, I'll pull it up. This watch is on sale. This is overpriced, I think, but it's $500,000 currently. Is this the only blue ceramic one they have? Because this one's perpetual. Do they have like a non-perpetual one? Because that would be less. I don't know.
I think they might make a chronograph, but I'll look around.
Yeah, find that for me. But anyway, just send me a screenshot, but who cares? So
yeah, there was a time when I was really serious about buying a watch, and I went and I looked at it and held it many times. This was like 2017. I really wanted a Rolex.
Yeah.
And and it was $60,000 in rose gold, and I was on. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was on drugs when I was thinking about it.
That was insane. You're glad you didn't, yeah. Or were you actually on drugs?
Because not actually every time that I went to go inspect the watch, but in that era, you know, I was living life and all that. But I'm just not a guy that's good with it. Like I'll leave it somewhere. I'm gonna scratch it. You
can get
I'm
insurance.
Not good with things, but I'm just not that guy. Now look what I'm doing. Now look what I've done, and it's on my wrist. And then it's like, it's different, you know. Like, you're married, you have a family. It's fun to play the watches game. You have an expensive watch, and you're not. Like, this is like it could attract people. You know what I mean? You got a tight circle. You don't know what type of people you bring in with a watch. You know what I mean? They're like, look at this. This guy's got money.
Especially
this
one
guy's
like
got
this.
money.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well,
watch,
yeah,
though.
Michael,
my good friend Michael.
He's got a $500,000 watch. Is that what you were just showing me?
Yes, essentially. Not bad.
That's crazy, but I guess that makes sense.
He's a big
He's
deal.
a big YouTuber,
Yeah.
a big deal, and he's also a doctor.
Has
And
he have time for that?
pretty
Does he
big.
still practice? I question how that's even possible. How do you practice and be a full-time YouTuber? Those patients are not getting the care that they deserve.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I never even gave a shit to think that hard about it.
Yeah. I think a lot about Dr. Mike, you know?
Yeah, I saw him live doing the boxing. I met him. He's a cool dude. But yeah, I never went to his channel. Just he had a birthday once. I remember during COVID, and everyone, Dr. Mike really made the rounds then.
Yeah, the COVID party. I remember that one.
Yeah.
So anywho, just put a cap on the Creator Clash thing. It's not a charity event, and basically, I hope it fails. And even though I didn't convince you or Lena to, because I wouldn't do that, if I did, then I'm proud of it, and I hope your event fails, Ian. You dumb, incompetent loser, and Anissa too, idiot, loser, incompetent.
And also, and another thing coming from me. You know what? I got friends in the event. If it goes down, that's cool. It's cool. I'm happy I'm not a part of it. And it's not, you know what? The Content Cop came out and I was still going to be boxing. I remembered being in your subreddit talking to people being like, I'm still boxing.
Lena was too,
you know?
until he was like, you have to promote.
Yeah. Well, this is the part where I was like, okay, this is where if I was a part of it, and I am a complainer, I'm a big complainer for sure, I would be angrier than everyone else is, because I'd be super like, what the fuck's going on? Like, what's even happening? Why are the owners leaving? Who's coming? Basically, everything that was in that Discord message that got shared.
AB, do you feel slighted? They have a picture of you getting punched in the face as they're like.
I'm doing the punch. I just look goofy. Yeah.
Oh, is that your big punch moment? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm punching.
Well, look, they've even got AB still.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good that's your big punch moment. My big punch moment is me getting punched out of the ring.
I actually just sent that. That was, in my opinion, no offense, you did great, but that was the funniest moment from the second one, was seeing your reaction when you looked up at the announcers after you rolled out.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Dude, I don't know anything about this Kevin Lurdwitchagel. What the hell is that name? Sorry. Lurdwitchagel. Kevin Lurdwitchagel versus Myth. Myth is like a certified freaking special ops killer, dude. This guy's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that guy. Hey, LA Beast, my man. Honestly, he's a victim in all this. I really was super disappointed how that played out. I just think it's been. I can't stress it enough. I'm just happy to not be a part of it. It's been really messy. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there.
Yeah, I feel bad for everyone still involved, because it sounds like people are just invested. You know what I mean? Like, you were smart and you demanded they pay you up front. We should have done that. I never thought that.
I would have left even if that didn't have that happen.
Yeah.
I would have left. But to be fair, I would have left, and I also would have asked for it back. And if I were Lena, I would ask for it back 1,000,000,000%.
Did you ever directly ask them for it, Lena or AB?
I don't remember how it was brought up, honestly. I believe we did. Yeah, when I was talking to the team, when they were talking about Lena needing to promote.
They're not paying them back. There's 0% chance.
Call them right now, Ethan. Call them. Call them and tell them.
Oh,
to do
dude, look at Mike's slaying it. He knows, Zach. Oh yeah, no, that's the perpetual. That's a $500,000 watch.
Yeah, that's nice.
Holy fuck, dude.
He's standing next to John Mayer in this
$500,000 watch is crazy.
No wonder he's got that big of a smile. Look at him. Look at that. That's a man with a $500,000 watch.
That's a doctor with a $500,000 watch, by the way.
Shit, bro. He wears it kind of funny, don't you think, Zach? It's up above the knuckle.
It's not fitted right.
And it's super tight.
He needs more links on the other side.
Yeah, what's going on, Dr. Mike? Get your shit together.
Damn, that's crazy. You get a $500,000 watch and it still gets roasted on the podcast?
Fuck yeah,
that's
dude.
So
He's
dirty.
wearing it like a goofball. You shouldn't wear it above the what is this?
The bone.
The wrist bone. Unless you're wearing a dress
really?
shirt, right?
It's called the.
What? Wait, hold on. Tell me about this. What are you guys talking about? Because I want to hear about this.
So if you're wearing a dress shirt or a suit, you want to wear it above the wrist bone so that it can peek out of the dress shirt, right? Classy.
Okay,
you just see like that much of it. If you're not, then you want to wear it, in my opinion, past the knuckle bone, like this on the wrist, right, Zach?
Yeah, I understand.
That
That's
is
interesting.
proper wrist etiquette.
Yeah.
Do you ever get
You don't
afraid
think
that
there's
it's
a
just going to
certain
fall
price?
off your wrist, Ethan?
No, why would it do that?
Well, with your tiny little hands, when you have it here, it's pretty much the same width
on,
of your
bro.
wrist,
Why we
and
doing
so
that? Why even go there? Such a. That's what I'm saying. The button.
I just had to jump in for that real quick.
You don't
Thanks for
think there's a
interjecting,
price
Dan.
threshold? You don't think there's a price threshold where you're like, no, you put the watch, it's 500K up, it goes over the bone there. You can't have it sliding up and down your forearm. It's $500,000. Look at your wrist. You do it. Go up and down like that. The watch is gonna move. You don't do that
No, it
with
doesn't.
half a mil though.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all. You'd be like, it's not gonna. Okay. That's where a $500,000 watch is supposed to go. Where you have it right there.
Fuck yeah.
That's how it's supposed. Let me see that again.
You want a little play with it.
Yeah. Anywho. So Dr. Mike,
Little
everybody.
play.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see. When is this event supposed to be taking place?
June 28th, I believe.
June 28th. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see what you
Will
guys
you
do.
watch it? I'm gonna watch it.
Fuck no, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, but I understand if you don't, for sure. That's for sure. What was the what? I got a question. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What's like the what was the dynamics? I remember, you're friends with iDubbbz and Joji, and like the whole gang you guys had there. You're friends with Max as well. What was?
I don't think I ever. I met Max briefly, maybe I think a couple of times, but I wasn't like friends with him. Not that I was not friendly with him. I never hung out with him like the other guys, or collab.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just curious about the dynamic back then. But you don't talk to Joji anymore, do you?
No, I haven't spoken. The last time I spoke to him, I posted something nice about him on Twitter. Something about how like it's amazing how he turned Filthy Frank into this Joji thing. And he messaged me. He was angry at me. He's like, don't talk about Filthy Frank and Joji together ever again. Or not, he wasn't like that, but I was like, Jesus, okay. Anyway, that was
he made an interesting point once on a video, and then he backpedaled on it. And I remember it's a long time ago, but he was on I think it was Hot Ones, and he asked him like, oh, what was any regrets or something, and he was like, I regret moving into music, not doing it earlier, not having the faith in myself to do that earlier. And it was like this really I was like, damn, I'm like, that's like hitting for me a bit. And then he was like, nah, and he backpedaled on it. And the reason why I bring it up is because he just seemed really conscious of his image. Whereas the story that you just told me also sounds like he was super conscious of his image.
He's very embarrassed because he wants to be a mainstream artist. And I mean, he's done a long way of getting there. But I think he's really embarrassed by the Filthy Frank thing. Obviously, like, everybody loves Filthy Frank, but that shit, I mean, listen, that shit does not age well. None of that stuff does. You know what I mean? Like, it all, to be honest, I have not gone back and watched a Filthy Frank video in probably 10 years or something. Shall we do that right now?
Okay.
No.
Oh, no, okay. Nah.
But I can see why he's embarrassed by it. We're all embarrassed by our.
Nah, we ain't doing
You know what
that.
I mean? Like, shit. You know, I've. It is what it is. So, did you ever hear? You saw this message from Freddie Wong that was in chat of him being like, "What the fuck's going on?" Basically. Did you hear from any of the fighters? That was there ever a follow up to that? Do you have any intel?
That message was like, I saw that message and I was like, yes. Obviously, everything he said, that's some like old YouTuber type shit right there. Because back in the day, during the first Creator Clash, I remembered getting the contract and I was like, oh, this is the worst contract I've ever seen in my life. And I showed it to my boxing buddies and they were like, no, this is a standard boxing contract. Boxing contracts are shit. And I hit them up and, expressed some things. And they basically gave me their word on a bunch of stuff. And were like, I can't change the contract, though. So it is what it is. And I was boxing Aaron from Game Grumps. And I was like, there's no way Aaron from Game Grumps signed this contract. I hit him up and I was like, you see this contract? He's like, yeah. I was like, you signed that shit? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? And it seemed like everyone was doing it. But then I found out Aaron, basically, he is an owner of Creator Clash.
Oh, yeah. He does
his
the production company.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, of course he signed the contract. It's like
Didn't disclose that.
It's his contract.
Well, what was so bad about the contract?
I didn't take it that way, though. It's just the contract was just shit. It was just everything was just like, if anything fucks up, that's you. You can't back out. They could take you out. Blah blah blah. They're
We don't
chill.
pay you
You're not
back.
chill.
We own your image in perpetuity forever in connection with the event. All that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's stuff like that. And then the second one, I just jumped in, because the first one went so well. And for this one, I just wanted to. I just kept discovering things. The way the event was running, I kept discovering things, and so I didn't end up signing because it just didn't feel, especially the way the last one was. And I love how the event ran, but it really hurt the feelings of a lot of fighters that the charities didn't get money, and we were informed months after. So it was something that I was just like, oh, I have to remember I am working with YouTubers. So if I were still involved, I would have been exactly Freddie's sentiment for sure. I would have asked all those questions because that's just the way you should move in that scenario. Right. And I don't know. I got removed after the message got leaked. But that's not me. And I do understand it's procedure. I shouldn't have been in there, But I mean, I'd like to imagine that they found some, like, I don't know. Listen, the event, like I was saying, when I was halfway being serious, being like, I should own it. I'll be on H3 podcast tomorrow, opening up all the books. Like, this was legit. I would really have thought about that, but they weren't enthused because it is a crazy idea. But also, I don't even know if I would want that. The brand of the event has changed so much from what it was the first time around. The first time around, it was just good vibes and chill. And now this one has strange energy attached.
Yeah. The thing is, too, like all the fighters, there's like, in the second one, there's a lot of like big names involved, and they're spending their time, which is worth a lot of money, for charity, and the fighters are spending a whole bunch of time for no monetary gain, or I guess not a big one. If you're like a big YouTuber, I can't imagine that the money would incentivize you that much. But all these people's time, they got schemed, bro. They all got swindled out of your time. That's even more precious than money. You can't get that shit back ever. He literally sucked the soul out of their bodies and fucking converted it into.
I don't think he literally did that.
Hold on, let me finish.
He's not Shao Kahn.
Let me finish. He literally sucked the souls out of their body and converted the energy into 25-cent tattoos from the Chuck E. Cheese.
That's where this came from?
They appeared on his skin after Creator Clash 2. After he absorbed the souls of all the lost time of all of his fighters.
Huh. Fascinating.
It is fascinating. It is. Yeah, he's such a loser. It's actually hard to believe, man. I still can't believe it. I look at him and I go, wow, this guy's the biggest loser on YouTube. He's such a loser, Harley, that this guy made a content cop about me, right? Which is supposed to be like a big deal. And I'm so grateful to him because he brought a shitload of people back to the podcast who are now enjoying. They're right here enjoying it with us. And I welcome all, everyone who came from the content cop. It's so nice to have you here.
Can I be honest with those people?
Just don't push them away, but yeah.
I had kind of known that it was coming.
You knew the content cop was coming?
Yeah, it was kind of run by me, kind of.
Okay, well,
I didn't think it was gonna be what it was or look like how it did.
Tell me everything. What are you waiting for?
Well, listen. I'm trying to. You want to listen? Okay.
Tell me.
I also didn't know who knew. So I kind of messaged AB in a weird way to trying to fish out if he knew. but I've been messaging him, but I don't think he picked up on it. I don't think I was obvious enough. I was just like, yo, things are crazy over there, and I think I shared something that someone was like, it'll be on H3, and I was like, imagine this happens. I forget what my words were.
You messaged me and you said something like, I know things are crazy. Hope you're doing okay. You're in the middle of everything, I know. But
there was something hidden in there that was like, imagine this happened, and it was like, I was like, you think it would be this?
The message I did find a little sus. You didn't even read it because you said you apologized to me and you're like, I'm sorry if I said anything out of line, and I didn't know what you were talking about. I said,
that was a previous thing that had happened. But then
what did you say about AB?
No, I never said anything. I just never said anything. I was just like, hey, I don't know if I.
What did he say about you, AB?
I don't think it's me directly. I think he was on Twitter and he made a tweet. That people found offensive. I again at the time I didn't read it, and I was like, I haven't seen what you said, but I mean, we've always been cool. But I haven't seen it.
That's not the tea I'm serving though. So let's talk about something else for a second.
Okay, so
I did eventually see it, but I'll talk to you about that in private.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't sure who knew or whatever. I also didn't know what the content of it would be.
Well, how'd you find out?
I spoke with Ian.
Who volunteered it?
Well, yeah, because I talked to him. I was talking to him, and we were, and I guess it came by, and I think I was naive with my thoughts about it because I was like, oh, on just Ethan or like Ethan and Hasan. Which, by the way, what do you think would happen if you both had imagine he got Hasan in a content cop on you, but you were also in that video.
That would have been fucking,
and he fucking both.
That would have been an interesting idea where he made like 2 competing videos with both of us against each other. That would have been a really cool idea. Yeah.
Well, then because then it becomes, it's almost like apolitical by default in that sense, because But, I was like, oh, the tea would be crazy. And I thought about it. I was like, a video like that would get like so many views. People would just be like, what the fuck? So a part of me is always like, YouTubers will do what they do to get the most views. You know what I'm saying?
So what was that conversation? You said, he said, I'm doing it on H3. And then you asked a follow-up question. Was he kind of
I was like, would you guys like? Is it on the whole thing, the whole drama? But it was like, no, it would be on Ethan. And I was like, I actually said, I was like, I saw Ethan's content nuke, and it made me look at Hasan very weirdly. I already seen these clips, but I hadn't been watching your stuff for a little bit. I was doing the box, and then I watched the nuke. And I already knew a lot of these clips, but having it all set up in that particular way, I had underestimated your ability to make a video. Because I walked away from that being like, this is very bizarre for me.
Yeah.
There's a very bizarre clip because, he was someone that I watched a lot of. And then watching, I'm like, oh, this is all weird and fucked up. So then when it was like, the idea was that to make a content cop about you. I was
with
like, bringing it back for that. That's the thing I wanted to get at. When he did run it by me, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. The tea would be crazy. I was like, you have to have Hasan and Trish in it.
Oh my God. He probably reached out to Trisha.
I didn't think Frogan is like a good replacement to Trish. No disrespect to Frogan, but it just doesn't carry the same weight.
Well, what about Sean DeBlack? I mean, that was hard hitting. As you know,
who is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was he there?
He was one of the people in the room. I think.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Sean DeBlack hit hard. I said, "Oh my God, not him! I'm toast." It's that guy. Yeah, it was fucking nuts. But and you know what's my favorite part? He goes, yeah, yes, I dropped this video right before the event. Yes, Ethan has one of his crew members in the event, but I expected him to act like an adult. I'm sorry, what whatever in your wildest dreams would make you expect me to act like an adult? Like,
I had said that. I had also said that. I was like, oh, I remember we had the whole thing, with Sam, and it was all crazy, and I had included him in the first Creator Clash by making a documentary with him. But he gets bored. He got bored of stuff. I was like, Ethan's not a fun guy to pick YouTube beef with. No offense to you, by the way.
You're right. I mean, you're right.
You would suck if you were, like, no, I think Hasan has been getting very mad lately and saying crazier and crazier stuff. And I think it's just because of your relentless existence. And
it's a shame.
Constant.
It's a shame. I wish people would just stop starting shit with me. Like he could have just not made that video, and how happy would we all be? How great, how beautiful would this earth still be if he just didn't make that video? But he did.
I'd be boxing.
Lena would be boxing. Yeah. It'd be a great time. But now I'm going to tap dance on the grave of Creator Clash. I'm going to watch with glee and giggles as this event crashes into the side of the mountain, fails to sell tickets, fails to sell pay-per-view. It's going to be delightful. I'm going to rub my hands together like that dude behind the tree meme. What's that meme?
I believe it's the dude behind the tree meme.
Yeah. You know what I meant, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
You understand why I couldn't have told you about the potential content cop, right?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Right? You understand.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. It's fine.
Horrible.
People are misunderstanding. They think that you told me about it in the message.
No, I didn't tell. Yeah. I didn't tell him. I said something. I was like,
fishing.
I was like, who do you think the content cop's gonna be about? Because he put the trailer up. I'm like, do you think you don't think that would be about Ethan? That'd be crazy. Do you think that would be crazy? Something like way even less than that. But I also hid it amongst a whole bunch of other messages. So it's like, and I did look at it, and I was like, oh, I don't think he saw this. I don't think he really took in what I was saying here.
Yeah,
I was trying to speak in code.
Yeah, no, I don't blame anyone for it. I mean, and it came out as bad. It didn't have to be that bad either. Like the minute that I opened it and I was like, Denims, Frogan, Hasan, and that other dude, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like he brought together, the Avengers of being a douchebag to me.
Wake up.
And so yeah, what a dumbass. The reason that when it first came out, I was like, the day before, there was some concern in the office that it was going to be about me. And I was like, you guys are insane. Like, honestly, why the fuck would he do it about me? Even if he disagrees with me, what kept me being like, there's no way, is that it would be so stupid. It would there was no way for him to make that video without looking like a giant douchebag. And so to me, I was like, it doesn't make any sense that he would do it. And when you told me when I was live, I was genuinely shocked. I totally forgot he was doing the content cop that day and all that stuff. I was genuinely shocked. Really. What a crazy world.
If I had...
Yeah.
I had no idea this was going to happen.
If he got Trisha in the video, I would have been over.
Well, you said the reason why he did it is views. That's the ultimate video to have gotten.
I didn't think he was like that. I guess I thought too highly of him. I didn't think he would do it for views.
I thought when the conversation came up, I was just really, I was like, I guess I really don't know these people at all, which is true. I don't know. I didn't know what type of relationship you guys had, but I was like, oh, I think it's very different. But there were steps along the way where you guys wanted support from him and he didn't, or do it, in the way that I was like, I would easily ask this of my friends. So I guess they're not as friendly as I thought.
No, I questioned their decision making throughout this whole thing. He has to have got a lobotomy or something. Like I just don't understand the decisions he's made and why they thought it would be good. The way he expressed himself, everything they've done has been idiotic and bad. and it just has to be either that he got CTE, which heaven forbid, you know, or he got a lobotomy. Anissa put something in his oatmeal or something.
Jewish.
I don't know what. I don't know what she would put in his oatmeal to make him act that way. Anyway,
really hard
we're going to do a
question.
segment about James Charles. You want to hang out and do it with us?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and then we're going to do our James Charles PowerPoint. I don't know if you're privy to all this, but
Yeah, Harley,
I'm
are
very
you
excited.
informed on what's going on with James?
Could
I'll be
someone
right back.
catch me up? Catch me up. Give
Oh,
me
don't
the,
even worry. I'm about to give you the full rundown.
It's the full rundown
yeah.
you're about to get.
Little
All right.
Oh, you go.
Oh, no problem. So I am just going to use this opportunity to thank some of our lovely members and people that have been sending super chats today. So thank you to all of you who have been so generous. Let me take a look here. What's today? The 12th. We got the 12th. Here's a $10 one from Ryan. Was just watching the subathon. Can we make that a 2-time a year instead of 1? It's great content. I don't think Ethan's liver is up for that. I think we got to space those out a little bit. It was very fun though. And yeah, it wasn't really like an annual thing. The one we had done previously was like almost 2 years before, I think. But I think we will do it as an annual thing now. So stay tuned for more updates about the next subathon. Natasha Rab. I used Brazzo in a marketing email at my job that I hate, and my boss hated it. Oh, you should quit. You should quit your job today. Thank you. Thank you for the $20. Dr. Pop Pop, $20. I had a biopsy done this morning for stage 4 eye cancer. Oh my God. My doctor just called saying that it is now cured. Oh, that took a very positive turn. The biopsy completely disappeared. The biopsy? You must mean the cancer. The cancer completely disappeared. Well, that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. And usually those super chats, they go another way. You know what I mean? Nice. Thank you. That's for you. Dr. Pop Pop. Pop 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 Pop. Dr. Secret donated $50. Whoa! Longtime watcher since the Bradbury days. Hey. And Ethan got me into making videos. Just released one on the hit game Marvel Rivals with some references to the family.
Nice.
Stay fresh,
I
fat
love
love,
that
etc. Peace and love always. That is very cool, and I will check it out actually. Dr. Secret. I've been slacking on the Rivals a little bit this season. I'm not playing nearly as much as I did last season.
Yeah, me too, man.
Mostly because been playing that Expedition 33.
I love that fucking game.
I am almost done with it though, and I must say it is right now clearly my game of the year. I guess there is a lot more year to go, but I'd be shocked if especially now that GTA 6
you ever play Persona?
got what's that?
Did you ever play Persona?
You know, I didn't play Persona, although my wife has played them, and she's a big RPG fan and loves those. And yeah, Expedition 33, I could tell takes a lot from those games, as far as like especially the UI and stuff, which is one of the cooler things about those Persona games.
Yeah,
I played Persona 5.
Style.
You did?
Didn't like it.
Oh.
I got pretty far. It's too easy.
I love that fucking game.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you
there
actually
are
got
parts where I'm
decently-
confused about how easy the gameplay felt. Then it would get crazy hard in random battles.
Interesting.
Right.
Well, there was a certain point when I got like some kind of healing item from the doctor in town, and then like it was like impossible to die. I don't remember exactly. What, Dan?
Nothing. I was just going to encourage you to play that Expedition game again. I think you'll like it.
Listen,
play it.
Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, I'll check
I
it out.
love that fucking game.
All right, so with all that being said,
Let's hand the keys.
let's
over
talk about
to
my
Ole.
good old friend who I love so well. I've missed you, my dear friend. It's been difficult without him for so long. I mean, how long's it been?
Not even that long.
It hasn't?
Since we last talked about
I feel like we haven't talked about James in years.
Months.
What? Months?
Oh, shots. What happened a month ago?
What was the last James Charles scandal?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it has been that
I
long.
think we underestimated how long it's been.
He drops occasional cringe every once in a while.
Right,
We
we haven't
definitely
been top of
reacted to
show.
some little videos, but
I feel like he's
Yeah,
off
last
our
big
radar
one,
for a
it has
while.
been a minute.
He's been laying low, you know, and so I'm very excited. And this one sounds really bad too.
This is a different type. So what we're used to when it comes to James, and it's sad to say that we're used to him in controversy, but we are. He tends to get in trouble for
talked about
messaging young men online, potentially taking advantage of
How young?
his celebrity status.
How young?
Some alleged minors have accused him.
No bueno.
Yes, this story, however, is a bit different, and it includes betrayal of a friend and supporting a domestic abuser who has now been sentenced. And we're gonna start. All right.
So hold on, I'm gonna control the PowerPoint.
Yeah, he's gonna pull up.
Oh
my God, this is the tea.
It's just like it's
mostly
not
just for
visual.
links
It's
and
just for me.
It's a little spook
And for the links.
Spook magoo.
It's a little.
That sounds racist, bro.
Yeah,
like
really
you
sad.
can't say that shit, James.
This
the fuck?
is a little spooked magooked.
Dude, seriously. Like I thought
I haven't heard
2025,
that in a
I thought we
long
moved
time.
past that kind of language.
You can't just let it slide, please.
All right, fuck James Charles. Let's go.
Okay.
And I like it. And
We don't have to
actually
show
have to
that.
show
no,
this.
this is those are just my notes. I put them in a
this
PowerPoint
is
form.
just so we remember that we're the tone of the.
Yeah.
So she knows
right.
how to approach this.
It was for
as we go
myself.
through the PowerPoint, though, there are links for clips in here, so you'll just have to open those as we go along, Ethan.
I've got it, Dan.
You've got it.
Okay, yay.
We're in good hands.
So, I just want to do a quick trigger warning before we begin. This heavily involves domestic abuse. So, if you or anyone you know needs help, the domestic abuse hotline, 800-799-7233, and you can text. You can begin with 88788. All right. Now, let's get into this story. I'm going to tell you who we're dealing with. Do you know who Kayla Malecc is? She is a TikToker.
Let me Google that now. Or I'm assuming you have a photo of her.
Or we will get to it when we get into
No, I
all
don't
of
know
the
who that
clips.
is. Yeah.
She is a TikToker. She is 20 years old. The way that I knew who she was is she's previously gotten into stupid controversy for the way that she does her freckles with her makeup. She has a very
controversy.
bold look.
Kayla.
Yeah, she creates fun content. Her ex-boyfriend she dated last year for 9 months. His name is Evan. And
What the hell? She really lays it on heavy with the freckles.
she does. I'll be honest, so do I. I use a freckle pen.
Not that much.
Not
you got
like
like,
that,
a whole
Olivia.
brown
Give yourself more
strip.
credit.
Yeah, what the hell? It looks like she has a birth defect.
It's a look. It's no.
Or birthmark. I
No,
guess
no.
is a birthmark a birth defect?
Well, no.
It could be.
One might think it's
Just
a
a
rude
defect.
way of calling it.
Listen.
It's just a defect.
We're all perfect in our own way.
Not her.
Ethan.
Stop that.
I have a big birthmark, so I'm taking this
I
personally.
genuinely do my freckles in a much more muted way. The across the nose, the contour trick, it works.
It's just so straight. Like it's just like a bar.
It's a
across
look.
the nose.
This one's fine. It's just in this other one, she looks insanely ridiculous.
This is most of the videos I've seen of her. It looks like this.
Like what?
That's a swastika.
That's
No, it's
that's
not.
basically. I
No,
feel
it is
like
not.
We can't get into
I can't
this.
even say what I think. Honestly, if I say
This
it,
is
I'll
not.
get
This
mixed
is
up.
not what the scandal is.
Kayla is not even anywhere near the
prefer
person
to
in the
not
wrong
to-
in this story.
Right.
Kayla is the person we are here to support today.
Listen, having bad freck up makles, not a cardinal sin.
Freck up Mickles.
Or whatever the fuck.
Okay, so it's okay. You don't love the freckles. I'm gonna be honest. I like the freckles. But that's also not what we're here to talk about. Her ex-boyfriend's name is Evan. He is an abusive asshole, total piece of shit. In this story, they dated for 9 months. Last year, they broke up in January 2025. Another person in this story is James Charles, obviously. We know who that is. Another person is Zach. His name is Zach. He is Evan's Ex, he describes him as best friend. They only became close though in this past January.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Ex best friend?
Yes. So this
Not
guy
ex,
Zach,
but ex-best friend.
not his best friend anymore. He
like you and
after-
iDubbbz.
Yes, after Kayla came out with her videos, where we'll get to, he automatically believed Kayla and was like, "Fuck this guy." Who I don't even think I know this guy.
Is he CH or CK?
He is CK. I kept doing CH while I was writing my notes.
Loser, idiot, dumbass,
Scumbag.
Can't even spell.
So he grew up with Evan. They were kind of not friends while they grew up, but recently, as of early as this January, they reconnected and they became friends for a few months until Kayla came out with her videos. And now he is accusing Evan of sleeping with James and James of flying him out whilst knowing about Kayla's abuse.
And this is fascinating. What's the evidence level? Should he
We'll
the
get
compelling
to it.
stuff? Okay.
It seems he sat down with someone named Be Better. Do you know who Be Better is?
No, I do not.
Okay, so I know who Be Better is because he is like I don't want to say drama, but like
It's a
he
little
will
patronizing.
translate, like the Baldoni case, for example. He was so helpful for me when I was. He did like a read through of all of the suits, and like I did too. But I'm gonna be honest, in terms of understanding the legalities of it, he was very helpful for me.
Okay, Be Better.
So when we came into this story, I was like, oh wow, he sat down with Be Better. Interesting. Yes. So those are the people involved in this story. James, we talked about his previous allegations. We know that he's kind of a piece of shit.
Scumbag. Potentially a predator. Oh, well, I think I could call him a predator. Potentially a underage predator.
Yeah, potentially alleged.
Allegedly, in my opinion, in Minecraft.
Sorry to jump in.
He's
I'm trying to
keep
track
track
of
in
everything.
Minecraft.
So he
Wait. Harley's trying to jump in. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to say I'm trying to keep track of everything.
Yes, absolutely. Feel free to jump in.
He's still like, what's he do? Is he still doing YouTube videos,
James,
or is he?
yes,
He's still out there.
He's big on TikTok. Really? Like
And
he gets a ton of
He
views,
does TikTok. He does YouTube. I think his YouTube views are even up again. He
let
might
me
get
see
millions.
that
So this
shit.
has been like probably one of the most impressive, for lack of a better word, demonstrations of a YouTuber admitting to some vile shit, but then still
Totally.
existing after the fact.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
He's
because
like,
this
yeah.
is something that's happened. I feel like this has happened a couple times already. And
Yes. If you
he
remember,
admitted to
July
it.
2023, Cosmopolitan came out with that article of the James Charles wants to be uncanceled. And we read through it back then,
yeah.
but it was like,
I'm sure you
it was
do.
kind of a puff piece for
Yeah.
James by
Right.
like a major outlet.
Hello, Olivia.
His most recent video on his YouTube is 10 days ago. It has 1 million views.
That's
so
a
nothing
lot.
like astronomical, but he's doing well.
No, that's really good. He fell
Yeah.
off big time. And by the way, 1 million for Makeup World is like
That's
billionaire status.
Yeah, he used to get much more, I will say. But yeah, that's.
I can't
mean,
get
what
over the
people do
fact.
wish.
How do you explain that people are still watching him? Is it that they don't know or that they don't care?
I think he's targeting. I don't know if he's always targeted a young audience, but the stuff I've seen of him, he's a lot more like animated.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's moved on to a younger audience.
It has to be, right? And that's perfect for him because
That sounds worse.
We know
They say,
that.
they say never get high in your own supply. He breaks that rule by having very young audience.
Yes. So
He likes to dip into his own supply.
Yeah, he shouldn't do that.
Right, Harley?
Yeah, man.
Harley's with you.
Thanks, bro.
Okay, so James and Kayla had previously collabed. They weren't like best friends. I will say Zach, in his interview with Be Better, he describes Kayla and James's friendship as best friends. They collabed like a couple times in 2023, and they texted, and we'll get to their texts after Kayla broke up with Evan. But they were, at the very least, friendly acquaintances who had worked together. April 4th of this year, Kayla posted an Instagram post and a TikTok with a long text thing describing the domestic abuse that she had suffered at the hands of Evan Johnson, her ex.
Do you want me to read this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Kayla, the freckle girl.
Yes.
Correct.
She posted this to her Instagram on April 4th. So this is very recent. This just happened. So so she says, for the past 9 months, I was in an extremely abusive relationship. I will never be able to forget the scars left. I will never be the same girl I was before this. The same man who look you in the eyes and say, I love you, and then attempt to kill you is an experience I hope nobody ever has to live with.
Wow.
To be scared of the person you sleep next to. Permanent scars physically and mentally. I was silently being abused while posting my life online smiling. It's true, you can see it in the eyes. I watch my old videos and see someone I never want to see again. It drained my soul. It ripped apart the strong nature of myself I've had my entire life. I can't put into words the abuse and what it did to me. I ask the universe every day, why me? And I came to the conclusion, this happened to me to save others. If I saw this video 9 months, flipping to the next page, 9 months ago, it would have saved my life. I was put through this so I can save you. Filming this video was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. When you watch these videos, if you relate to anything, leave. Doesn't love you. This is not only my story, but yours.
Yes. So then Kayla came out with a 4-hour
Whoa.
Whole video. The videos are on her YouTube channel. I really implore you to watch all of them if you aren't too triggered by domestic abuse, because she's a warrior and her story deserves to be listened to in its totality.
Let me pull. I'm just going to show it. I really like what she wrote. I thought it was.
Yeah, and she kept saying also at the beginning of both of she did it in 2 parts. At the beginning of each video, she was just like, if I had seen this 9 months ago, I maybe could have helped myself.
Right.
And so she really is.
Wow, people are really responding to this. The first part has 7 million views.
Yes.
Whoa. I'm glad people are listening. I mean, it sounds like this guy's a total assholes. They even put it
almost
mildly.
killed her.
Just a psychopath.
Yeah. She's only 20. He's 20 as well, but she's so young. It's
What I wanted to
so much
say
pain.
is
he's only 20.
Yeah, Evan.
Just based off of some of the stuff that's coming up that Olivia told me about, like this guy, he's done a lot of bad stuff for 20 years.
He sounds like a serial killer in the making.
Genuinely, like
He's probably
going
to kill someone.
Person.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say to people watching is, they're not going to change.
No, that's
Don't
why she
wait.
titled them
Don't
"He
wait.
Doesn't Love You." In one of the videos,
Good.
I think I linked it. She's crying and she's just like, "I thought that he loved me," is what she keeps saying to herself, and it's genuinely, it's so heartbreaking. So after she posted those, Evan privated and/or deleted all of his social media because he's a fucking coward. Major trigger warning. This next slide, it has the videos and the evidence that she also put up on her TikTok.
Was he an influencer?
No, so he got famous because he was her boyfriend.
Okay.
I have this later, but 2 weeks before his court trial, he started a fucking OnlyFans account. Like, he is truly a piece of shit. I didn't look that much into it, if I'm honest. I just followed Kayla's talking about it.
I just want to know how far he went with it.
I can look into it and I can let you know.
It doesn't really
That's
matter.
an important question.
It doesn't matter, really.
Yeah, so this next slide, it's really,
Well, I don't know.
really
Is he
upsetting.
wearing like a thong or like, is he doing like thirst
I think
trap?
what's
Was he showing dick cock?
I think it's just the fact that he started OnlyFans right before he went to trial.
To get the clout,
I
to
don't
get the money.
think it really matters what.
Well, he started it before trial.
Yes.
Not so he's on trial.
The accusation was out.
This man's on trial?
This man has
this man
been
has
sentenced
such a
now.
rap sheet, dude.
We'll get to
That's
it.
why I'm saying
That
like,
happened
it's
Yeah.
almost impressive in 20 years of life how much bad shit this man's managed to get caught
Well,
doing.
thank God he's in prison. He sounds dangerous.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, I'll say
Can
it again.
you do OnlyFans from prison?
Maybe if they're contraband phone, you could probably like.
yeah,
I guess
people
you
could
could
probably
post
find
it.
a way. Yeah.
Why not? Okay. These links.
So let me click the
on
first
slide
one.
6.
Abuse escalated when she visited him in Nashville. And like Olivia said, trigger warning, just skip this part.
Yes, this was August 2024. He was drunk and he broke her jaw.
You know what we should do to show people that, and then we can take it down when the warning is over?
You need a trigger warning.
Just something that
sign?
they can visually see.
I can write trigger warning.
And then we can lower it when we're done. So people can scan through.
Well, we could also just have like a graphic.
Wait, like timestamps?
Yeah, but like because obviously we can't timestamp it for the live viewers. So if you have like something visually that they can see,
Here.
like the trigger warnings now, because I don't want people to get.
We could just have a graphic.
But then you
pop
put
up.
it down, and then they go, "Oh, it's done. They're done."
I see.
Right? You could put a graphic. Yeah, that works too.
Or just wait till the live's over.
No, I don't want. No, see, that's a problem. I don't want them to leave. This is what I'm trying to accommodate. We can't leave.
Okay, let's just go with this for now. Olivia went through all the trouble.
Yeah, I just wrote it down.
She went through all the trouble.
All right, stand back and stand by here, guys. We have
What the hell is going on?
You feel? How you doing up there in Canada, Harley? You feeling safe from American incursion?
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy that happened? That the president just said some
He wants
shit.
to
and-
take your whole country. It is crazy. It's fucking it's nuts. I don't.
No, it's wild.
It's called sports.
We're in a trade war now. Could you believe that? You and I?
Speaking of trade war, AB, come on.
Yeah.
Who's right? Who's your financial advisor?
You are.
Are you back up now?
I'm almost there.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
And just remember, by the way, a couple weeks ago, I was saying, if you've got extra money, put it in now.
Mm-hmm.
Buy now. That was the pit. That was the.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I am a financial advisor. I don't know what more ways I can say it. I'm a licensed official financial advisor. This is financial advice. Right? Okay. So can they see this?
No. Maybe it's
No.
better to just put something on the screen.
Okay, let's just move on. I'll hold on. Yeah, this is probably not the most elegant.
Well, how about we fix that for the future? Like have a little screen.
We'll work on that.
graphic.
Yeah, we'll work on
And for now, we can use the timestamps.
So anyway, abuse escalated when So this is a video she took after,
Yes.
like in the moment of.
Yeah. And then the next video, she shows her jaw in the mirror.
And she's saying that he
He did all of this.
Oh, he
to her.
broke her jaw.
Yes.
Whoa. Does this guy have a job? Is he like work or is he just, does he do anything?
He is on the creator fund on Snapchat.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't even get on that and they gave this fucking guy.
They did.
What the hell?
You can't get on that?
No.
We can. We've been
I'm
offered
on that.
multiple times.
Wait, what? But why didn't we do
Yeah,
it?
you could
Because
probably
there's
get
some
on
weird
that.
thing.
We had this exact same conversation like 2 weeks ago. We
Yeah.
just decided not to do it because it didn't fit our content style.
No, there was some weird, like, they needed us to do some bullshit.
They wanted exclusive content, I believe.
Yeah,
no,
fuck
not,
that. I'm
Not,
not doing that
not
shit.
Snapchat.
All right. I could do a whole thing where me and Hila get divorced and I'm in an RV outside her house. I could just recreate Austin Butler.
Austin McBroom.
Oh my God! Speaking of, Catherine came out with
Who's
her
Butler?
book yesterday.
Austin Butler's an actor, I believe.
Yes.
And
he
Austin.
Is that the Elvis
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like him. He's obnoxious.
Catherine came out with a book yesterday. Allegedly, it details
Yeah.
the cheating.
I
so I have to read it.
I saw some of that. Yeah.
Good for her.
So here's another video of hers.
Yeah. Trigger warning.
She's going into the bathroom and she's showing herself. She looks shocked
Yeah.
and in pain. Her apartment is thrashed.
Yeah. There are a few times when she like went back and showed vlogs that she had filmed where everything just looked like it was fine and there was like blood on the fucking countertop and like the whole Airbnb was fucked up because they had just gotten into a fight and she was just trying to make normal content.
Fucking hell.
She's only 20 years old.
Yeah, that's sad.
Fourth.
So this is the third one.
2024.
This one says, after that altercation, she was beaten and strangled multiple times by Evan, as well as verbally abused, and an instance where he almost killed her.
Was the closest he's ever been to me, and this one is really hard for me to talk about. This one's not in the YouTube video yet. It's going to be in part 2, but this one's really hard for me because the only reason that I'm still here today is because of my roommate Emma, and because she was home, and if she wasn't home, I wouldn't be here. Okay, I really hate this story. So basically, October 24th, it was one of my friend's birthdays, and me, Emma, my roommate, Brennan, my best friend, and my boyfriend had all went out to this birthday party at this club. And for breakfast, Brennan is a gay man, and my boyfriend at the time was so convinced that he was not gay and that me and him were hooking up the whole time, and I was cheating on him with Brennan, and it was like this,
I hate. He's a jealous little freak too.
She explained that before the abuse like started, he would always accuse her of cheating on him.
That's so typical.
Yep.
The profile of these people is so similar. Such fucking freaks.
They're all evil.
Yeah.
like this whole situation. And Brennan actually just posted a video talking about this exact situation. It's in my repost. He has all the details on there. But we all end up going to this birthday party and all of my friends are there and I just want him to meet my friends. But mind you, the situation with him thinking that I was hooking up with Brennan had been going on for like the past month. So we get to the club and everything's fine, but immediately I could tell that he is very agitated because I'm not giving him my full attention and I'm talking to friends and I could just tell he's very agitated. So at one point at the night, I don't remember exactly like what I was saying, what I was trying to do. I was trying to tell Brennan something, but it was really loud. And what do you do when it's really loud somewhere and you're trying to like tell somebody something? You like whisper in their ear. So I grab his face and I like go up to his ear. So I like grab his face like this and I like go to talk in his ear. And my boyfriend ends up seeing this and freaks out. And he's like, why were you touching his face like that? Like, I knew you wanted to F him. I knew you wanted to F him. And starts screaming at both of us in the middle of this club saying that I wanted to F Brennan and that me touching his face was proof. And I'm sitting there confused because I'm like, I don't even know how I touched his face. Like, I went to tell him like what? So at this
and this
point,
guy
he's
is
just
gay.
screaming that I want.
Mm-hmm.
The man
And one of
can't-
her best friends.
He can't even chill with her gay best friend. Damn.
Want to F Brennan. He's known it all along that Brennan's not actually gay. And he looks at me and he's like, if
Oh
you
my
don't twerk
God,
on Brennan
dude.
right now, like I'm gonna beat his ass. So he forces me to start twerking on Brennan.
What? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, this guy's like actually deluded.
Hold the phone. I have to hear that again because I just
Trying to prove
totally.
there, if you don't twerk on Brennan right now, like I'm gonna beat his ass. Want to F Brennan. He's known it all along that Brennan's not actually gay. And he looks at me and he's like, if you don't twerk on Brennan right now, like I'm gonna beat his ass. So he forces me to.
That's some.
It's like a weird control thing, I guess.
That's a twisted fuck. That guy's a monster.
The hell?
Dude, please, I hope that guy's in prison for life. He will kill someone if he gets out.
People in chat are like, when does James come into this? Be patient. It's important to show the severity of what she went through.
Yes,
in
we
order
must.
to-
We must fully and completely hate James with all of our.
Yeah,
I actually
to
forgot.
understand the betrayal, you have to understand how the pain that she's going through.
What's that, Harley?
No, I was just saying I forgot that it was about James, and it just sounded like really crazy.
It's a
I
long
forgot
one.
that it even ties. Yeah.
It's a
Sorry.
long and winding road.
Yeah, just wait.
Wow.
Start twerking on Brennan. I don't know what point he was trying to prove there. So I'm just like doing whatever he says so that he doesn't fight Brennan at this birthday party with all of my friends there. And like this was also one of the first times he had done something like this in public. So he ends up getting us into the back room of this club. He's yelling at us, screaming at us, saying that like he's not gay and that I want to F him and that we're effing and like it's a whole thing. And then he ends up slamming both of us into some chairs back there and then somebody walks in and sees. But he essentially like puts his hands on both of us in the back of this club. Brennan's videos is in my repost with all the details. So after that, I go to the bar and I immediately just start taking shots. An hour or two later, I end up going back home. And I did not know Emma was home at this time.
Major trigger warning.
And I forever thank the universe that she was. So I get back home from the club. So we get home from the club and my boyfriend's just still on this whole rant about how I want to F Brennan, how I want Brennan, how he's not, just this whole thing. He's just sitting out here screaming me, calling me all these names, you know, just the same old, same old. So I'm arguing back with him and I'm like, are you crazy? Like, what are you talking about? He's one of my best friends. He doesn't even like women. I'm dating you. Like, what are you talking about? And so he ends up just like he keeps going and going. And I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's like 3-4 in the morning at this point. So, I end up laying in my bed and putting my blanket over me, hoping that he would just walk away and think that I'm about to go to bed. So I'm just laying there, and he ends up getting on top of me. And he's like, he's like, you think you can ignore me? You think you can ignore me? Listen, like just going on and on, screaming at me to the point where, he eventually ends up.
We could probably.
Yeah, I can tell you. He chokes her and almost kills her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
It's devastating. I really implore you to.
I think I just.
Yeah, I understand.
We got the idea,
Yes.
and I don't want to like.
Yes. Okay, so.
By the way, is this a tattoo or is this?
I think it's a tattoo, and it reminds me
I
of
was
yours.
just gonna say. I mean, I don't.
Hey,
I don't wanna,
twinsies.
I just say I think she has a really terrific taste in tattoos.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
So after this,
I mean, terrible.
it's horrendous, and we stand with her always. Evan fucking posted a video of himself defending himself on Snapchat.
Should I finish it?
It's pretty.
It just felt like really.
It's disturbing, and it's.
Is it going to hate me?
horrendous.
Is it going to make me hate James Charles more? I felt like I'm at
You
max.
know what's.
You understand.
I explained to
Yeah.
you
I think
what
it's
happened.
okay.
It's
I think we
it's
can-
devastating.
I'm not. I'm trying to be respectful.
No,
to
I
her,
understand,
not
and
the
I think
officer.
I think that we were. Yes.
And she's really.
The chat is saying good call, Ethan.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. There.
I implore you guys to watch it yourselves. Give her your attention later. Absolutely.
The goal is to be respectful. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So this fucking video.
Then there's another one. They went on vacation together, and that's when she decided to leave him. She called her mother and told her the truth. I'm doing this so I never go back.
Yeah, we can skip that too. This is just the day that she decided to leave.
It was 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So she left. She left? What is left where? Just like the
She left
relationship?
him. She called her mother and she said, I'm telling you everything now so that I know that I will never go back.
Okay.
And that's the first time she told someone.
Okay.
This video Evan posted to his fucking Snapchat, and he's basically saying she's exaggerating. He says that it takes two to tango.
Quickly
He
deleted.
is a piece of fucking shit.
Months we were together, she said.
So this guy quickly deleted this.
Yes.
Oh my God. Dude.
And he also alleged
He
later.
looks like James's type.
Yeah, there are screenshots where he alleges that James told him this was a good idea.
That is.
According to his friend Zach.
You could say anything about James, I'll believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here. I just wonder, my first thought was, what's his armpit hair look like?
That's a good question.
Together, she said, the 9 months we were together, she said the whole 9 months I was abusing her. Right? Why would we go out all the time and do all these crazy adventurous stuff if the whole time it was just terrible? If I was this terrible guy, why would she be with me? She could have left me at any second. She's way more up there than me. Has more money. Like,
this guy did everything she said.
Yeah. Oh no.
All this stuff. She don't.
I don't believe that guy on site.
Yeah, that's right. On site, right?
100%.
It's nice
and
to
then
be
you
like
can just
six,
hearing him.
It's nice to be like 6'11", and you can just be like, you can say shit like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it hits different from Harley than it does from you, Ethan.
I didn't mean on site I'd kick his ass. I meant like on site I don't believe him. But yeah, that too.
I see.
That too. I would do that too. And I'm pretty confident about him. I've been training. I'm pretty confident I could handle that.
Yeah,
guy.
you fucked that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He genuinely sounds like someone was writing a monologue for a villain. Like it's everything he fucking says. It's just
He
like, are
hits
you
everything,
serious right now?
But I'm looking at this. It has 90,000. Is this a re?
No, this is
a
a
re-upload. Okay.
But the whole like, she could have left at any time's never been a good a good defense for this situation. And in fact, it's worse.
Especially from the accuser.
Yeah.
Usually that's from like people who are trying to like sweep the situation up. Not from the
Right.
accuser, though.
Third
That's even
parties
worse.
saying stuff like that. Right.
Not that people weren't believing Kayla, but this certainly validates it that much more.
she don't need me, and if she figured I was no good for her in the time being, she would have left immediately. I
There's people
promise you
defending
that.
this guy or
She
no?
exaggerates.
There are some people defending James
she figured out her
later,
views,
but
and
no
she's
one's
like, I need to
defending this fucking freak.
Okay.
make a series. I need to do something. And now that me and her broken up, it's like, does she really love me? Like, she's saying what she does behind the scenes to me. Like, I love you, I miss you, all this stuff behind the scenes, but then goes on there and tells you guys a whole different fantasy tale. I don't understand it. And abusive.
Is he even really denying the accusations?
Doesn't really. It just sounds like he keeps, because later he says it takes two to tango, and that it was so toxic. And I think he's trying to like muddy the waters, and that like they were all horrible.
Even him just using, he says she's exaggerating,
Which is crazy.
so that's not a denial. It's just
No,
like, oh,
not at all.
I only choked her a little bit,
Right.
You know,
Like I choked her for a minute.
Right.
but it
That
was
knot
like-
on her forehead, like she said it was much bigger than it actually was.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we saw it.
It's not really a denial at all.
The details are important, you know,
It's-
girl. You
Right.
just, you know.
Right.
Mentally,
To a court of
I
law, they
guess
were too, and they
we both,
proved him
I mean,
guilty.
I'm gonna hold myself accountable, and I hope she, like, we would say crazy shit to each other all the time, and I guess it came to a point where I was controlling, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you going out to the bars, or hey, I don't want to go out to the bars, let's stay home. If that's controlling, that's crazy. I want to live a slow life
that's
and
controlling.
travel and just be us. We
It's
had to
just
tag
more
him
of
along
this.
everywhere we went
You don't
because
even have to
Sounds
give him-
dumb as hell too.
It is. He is just stupid.
What a dumb, obnoxious loser, weirdo.
Yeah. So in Zach, his now not best friend anymore's interview with Be Better, he shares this screenshot on the next slide, which is allegedly a snap that Evan sent to Zach saying that James Charles told him to be quiet about it. He says,
Whoops.
she's trying to get everyone to feel sympathy for her and trying to ruin me. Like, it's so mature. My mom is even on my side. She's seen the way Kayla would talk to me and treat me. It just got toxic. But since she has such a huge fan base, it's really hard to get my truth out. James Charles told me be quiet as long as I can, no matter what, even though it makes me look guilty. I just can't compete with all of her
This
diehard
motherfucker
fans.
say even my mom is on my side?
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
And
wait. I was so confused by that.
Damn,
Isn't that
bro. Even your parents hate you. Well, that's how you end up like this, is when your parents hate you, frankly.
yeah, James allegedly told him to take a video and explain like everything, but keep it so that you have it for evidence later. And it's
He's
like,
a
what
pro.
the fuck are you talking about?
He is a pro.
Yeah, like he knows
Why would he
what
lie
he's
about
doing,
that?
I guess.
Yeah, why would he lie about that?
about the James aspect?
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is he wouldn't.
Is it weird to use his whole name?
James Charles.
maybe he just-
well, maybe
yeah.
because he's famous and he's talking to someone else. I don't know. It just kind of shows me that he's like still flexing the fact that they're talking.
Right.
James Charles.
People article. He was arrested
Yeah,
in
so
Tennessee.
then a People article was published April 7th that said that he had been arrested.
That I feel like that doesn't ever happen in these
So
stories.
he violated his probation that was already existing. He had
was
a
on
4-year deal.
probation?
Yeah.
Yes.
During all of this, which, like I said, to be 20 and already be on probation and already had a DUI charge.
DUI,
is
yes,
that
he
right?
did. Yes,
Too?
he did.
So
He was
underage.
in the driver's seat of a car.
I also found that odd.
He's not old enough to have gotten his license.
Well, an underage DUI too is, I think,
brother.
usually treated much more seriously. I mean, they're both serious charges, but
So, is there something in here you want me to read?
No, it was made public. So James, you can't say that like James didn't
James
believe
didn't
it.
know, right?
Oh, right.
And this was this was 3 days after she posted her "He Doesn't Love You." James alleges, we will get to it, but he alleges that Evan manipulated him into thinking that Kayla was the problem. And then when her video came out, he obviously believes her, is what he says. However, there is a text that we'll get to where she tells him after they broke up that he was abusing her. So Kayla, in an interview after her "He Does Not Love You" series came out, she says that when she was at Coachella, a close friend of hers fucked her over in a way she couldn't have ever expected, and she found out at Coachella.
Not at Coachella.
I know, right?
I can't get into too much right now, but I found out at Coachella, literally last weekend, that a close friend of mine had basically really fucked me over in ways I could have never expected, and I got sent proof and receipts, and that person admitted it to me that they had done it. And I don't want to the thing is I don't want to talk about it because right now, for at least because I'm still healing, court's coming.
You're dealing with a lot.
Like literally
everybody at
Jacob
home,
Sartorius.
I hope you guys
who's this child?
That's Jacob Sartorius.
Why is this child?
She's on his pod.
Why does this child have a microphone?
Do you remember who that is?
Yeah. I recognized him. But he's
the
still,
MD Foodie Boys, they've blown the children can podcast now. Okay,
That's
he's
that
an
is
adult
true.
now.
I don't see. I
just kidding.
would like to see the Foodie Boys tackle like a domestic abuse.
I've never heard of that.
Let's see how they.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
What? He still looks like a child. How old is he?
He's pretty funny online. Let's see how old he is.
Wasn't he dating Millie Bobby Brown?
Yes,
Oh my
he was.
God,
You have
what
such a good
the
memory. Oh my god.
22 actually. Oh.
22?
22.
Why is he? He looks 16.
Well, got a baby face, you know.
He's got to grow out of that.
He's got Maddie B. Rap syndrome.
Maddie B. Rap looks like a grown up now.
He doesn't look like a grown up now to me. Still, he looks like a baby.
Really?
Maddie B will always
Hold
be
on,
a little
Maddie B.
baby.
Little Maddie B will always
His dad
be a baby.
threatened me. I told you that.
No
right?
shot.
Yeah, you
After
told that story.
I did a reaction video to him in Israel a long time ago, and his dad sent
didn't
me
like
a
it.
Oh, Matty
email
B. He looks his age.
threatening me.
Here we go. Incoming.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, no,
that's still
a
Maddie B. I still know that kid.
No,
that's a
that's
grown
Maddie
man,
B.
no?
That's Maddie B.
Here's an
That's a
even
baby.
more recent picture.
I mean, he looks older than freaking.
Okay.
How old is Maddie B?
Well, I mean, probably in the late 20s, if I had to guess.
Look at this dude,
He
man.
is 22.
Oh,
So that's what I'm saying. They're both about the same age.
right.
They look the same to me.
My boy Matty B out. He got getting plow experience. He looked like he out there working the fields like a good old boy. Cool.
All right. Well, let's get back on track.
Okay, so yeah, she said in this interview, she said
Just
that.
realized that behind this.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I
Wait,
understand.
even his
She's looking at
voice
the
Somebody in the
like
chat
he
said
didn't-
he bagged Millie and Jenna Ortega.
I don't know
Did he
about
date
Jenna Ortega.
too?
Really?
I don't know
It
about
sounds-
that.
Somebody in the chat said that. So what's that? Jacob Sartorius.
Yeah,
Again,
if you remember, Millie Bobby Brown posted on her story when they were dating, best salad shaker in town at Jacob Sartorius. And then people looked it up and it was
ass
like
eating?
something sexual and weird on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that ass eating?
Yeah, it is.
So he was
She
eating
posted
her
on her
ass?
story, best salad shaker in town.
Fuck, why would you do
She's pretty
that?
wild. Her social media makes me uncomfortable.
I don't want to make.
I got to
the
go
thing
back
is
because
I
that jump scare of Santori or whatever just scared me. It took me out of it.
don't want
I
to talk
assume-
about it because right now, for at least because I'm still healing, court's coming.
You're dealing with a lot.
lot. Like, literally-
to everybody at home, like, I hope you guys realize that behind the
Even
scenes,
his
like,
voice doesn't sound like he hit puberty yet.
That's my king.
Okay.
Sweatshirt, you know.
she's dealing with real stuff. Like, she's sharing with you guys, pieces of the story, but she actually has to live this. So, like, outside of the videos and stuff, she actually has to.
And then also for somebody
She's like, yeah, anyway. Fuck.
He's also our king for standing with Kayla.
Sure, yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Stop being
Considered
mean
a
to
close
Jacob.
friend too.
So
I mean, I would be crazy to stand against her.
truly.
That would be
Truly
a
it
wild
would.
take.
So after she posted this,
Really
she began liking
fucked
comments
me.
of people being like James Charles. So it felt like she was confirming it. And Evan, okay.
Why
here's-
do people do that? Now, listen, I don't mean to come down on
like,
her,
I can't even-
but a lot of people do that where they'll
Yeah.
tell a story, they won't say who they're talking about, but then immediately start liking. Just say it at that point.
I
right?
understand what
Like,
you're saying, but it gives like a, I guess, plausible
deniability. I guess
yeah.
a little bit. It gives a little separation.
I can't even.
So this is her
I'm
talking about the
actually
fact that he made an OnlyFans.
Pissed off. What
Evan.
the do you mean you're making an when we have court in 2 weeks? By the time you're seeing this, I will be. You are going to see this on the 7th. That we are in court as this shit comes out and you make
I mean, lawyers ain't cheap.
I guess.
I mean, okay.
You know.
True.
That's why he has to show. He has to show.
He showed dick.
He
for
showed
sure.
hole.
Yeah, he has to. I would think that he has to beat off.
You think he's gotta?
He has to give it all. I mean, he only has 2 weeks, so.
Oh God.
All right, and so to really hammer it home, there's a
Hold
popular
on, sorry.
Tik-
I'll finish this.
Oh,
clip.
sorry, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, like I'm actually about to cry. I'm so pissed. That's insane. That's insane. That's so insane. Like that's insane. I'm sitting here having to deal with like PTSD and shit, and you're trying to think of the next way to make a quick bag, make some money off of your name trending because you beat the fuck out of me. That's so insane. That with the 10 minutes of fame, your life is ruined. You got exposed for beating the fuck out of me for 9 months, and you think that it's okay to just sit here and try to cash in on this shit? That's so insane to me. And then the bio being like, I've never been in a relationship. I hope you can change that is fucking...
That's crazy.
I have never met somebody that is so psychotic.
Yeah.
This is
Sounds
so...
like it. I mean, hopefully,
Kinda went
if he
off
made
there,
any
yeah.
money from that, she might get it.
I hope she does.
You know what I mean?
Right. True.
Yep.
It's a OJ Simpson if I did it type of situation.
So to really hammer it home of people being like, is it James she's talking about? Is it James? There's a TikToker from Australia named Michaela Testa, and she posted a video where she's just like, just so you know, James Charles has been flying him out and sleeping with him.
So how does she know?
She's a popular TikToker, so people assume
Just
that
letting
she
every-
knows that she's in the inn.
Just letting everyone in Australia know that James Charles is sleeping with Evan Johnson, the one that broke Kayla Malec's jaw and badly beat and abused her, the one that was in prison. James Charles has been housing this motherfucker, flying him out to sleep with him. Just letting everyone in Australia know that James Charles is sleeping with Evan Johnson.
So I have a couple questions.
Yes.
She was dating the guy Evan, and he was abusive.
Mm-hmm.
Was it known that he was bisexual when they were dating?
No. So in the interview that Evan's old friend Zach did with Be Better asks him, is he straight or is he gay? And he goes, as far as I knew, he always identified as a straight man.
Gay for pay, they call that, I think.
Well, you'll see, we'll get to it, but he alleges that a quote that Evan said when he returned from Los Angeles was, money is money.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Is Zach gay?
No,
The
I don't.
friend?
Not that I don't know his sexuality. If I'm honest,
Wait, it's not important. Okay,
Zach
I don't know.
is Evan's ex-friend.
friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of straight dudes.
So the guy who was straight dating the girl was mad at her that she was dancing with her gay friend.
Yes.
And he made her dance with the gay guy, and he ended up being bisexual in the end, or at least for
Allegedly,
pay.
Gay
yeah.
for pay. Yeah.
That's interesting. That is actually
It is
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Huh.
He might have wanted to fuck him.
That's what I'm thinking, is
or
there's so many
internalized
layers now.
homophobia.
Because why would he want her to
He
work
might be
on him?
jealous.
Unless it like turned him
Yeah.
on or something.
Oh. And then
That
got
or-
upset because he was.
But like,
Or his
we're
acknowledgement of his
speculating
own
a lot here,
bisexuality. Maybe he was like, I don't know. I'm
There's
speculating.
just layers to it. Basically, there's lots of layers to it. There's so much to unpack. I
Like
would
Shrek.
love to. Yeah.
like Shrek.
he's an onion. You know, I just got to imagine if I was bi-curious, and I can say this as someone who's 15% gay. If I was bi-curious, I mean, James Charles would turn me straight immediately. Like, he's got to be the worst gay hookup ever. Like, he is just so gross.
Well, you are
and
15%, so you can speak with some authority
can
on
speak
this,
to
right?
that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Right,
I have
yeah.
some authority to talk on this.
Huh.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's keep it going.
Okay, so let's talk about the friendship between James and Kayla. Here's a video of them in 2013 or 2023, just so you know that
Part number two,
they've been in
featuring
each
Kayla.
other's vicinity before.
That's her?
Yeah, that's her before he did her makeup.
She looks different.
She doesn't have her freckles or her
No
liner.
freckles. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Those freckles. Wow. Look at it. They hit hard.
Okay, so they've been collabing for a while.
They know each other.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you go to the next slide, these are texts between Kayla and
Should I watch
James.
this or no?
No, it's just to.
Okay.
I just wanted to show you that.
Let me
they
just watch this
collabed.
idiot.
How to do her makeup all by herself. We have the base fully done, but now we are back for brows, eyes, lips, and all the rest of the shit.
Yeah.
Okay, shut up, idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm so happy I haven't been hearing that in that voice or any of that in so long.
Oh my God, I'm so sad.
It's been a long. I can't believe he's here. I can't
back.
believe he's even
He's
part
back.
of this. Sorry to interrupt, but
right?
it's just crazy that this guy's like one of the worst, admittedly, and he's still there.
Genuinely.
He's one of the most hateable people in the world. So for me, it's a good opportunity to just express my hate. You know,
Yeah, and
get
he's
it
a
out
very
in
bad
a productive
person.
way.
He's a bad person.
Rich Lux, the queen, is in chat. Rich says, I interviewed Zach Sellers and Zach Zeller. Wait, Zach Zeller?
is the ex-friend.
But then he says Zach Zeller. I guess he's talking about the same person.
Yeah.
And he is open when I asked him about his sexuality, 100% can confirm.
And I saw other people in the chat saying they thought Zach was maybe not, at least bisexual. So
Yeah, I don't know.
What is Rich
Zach's
saying? Is that
sexuality.
that he's gay. The friend is gay.
Oh, he's open?
Yeah, I think openly.
Oh, okay.
So the friend or the abuser?
The friend.
The friend.
So Zach, the friend, said in his interview with Be
What does
Better.
his sexual orientation have to do with anything?
You guys asked me and I didn't know.
Rich knows. He's like,
Rich knows, though.
Rich has firsthand knowledge, apparently.
So James actually released this screenshot himself in his defense video, where he showed the screenshot or the conversation he had with Kayla post Kayla's breakup with Evan. So James is alleging that he didn't know the extent of the abuse, which is why he pursued a friendship / alleged sexual relationship with Evan. This is the conversation that took place before that. So James messages and says, do you want to be painted for a video with your man? Asking, do you want to do a collab? He didn't realize that they had broken up yet.
I want to do a collab specifically with your boyfriend. Do you want to tag
One
along?
could read it that way.
No, that's what he's saying. No?
But then Kayla says, I'm not even joking. This made me piss. I broke up with him fucking last night. I saw your story and was crashing out, LMAO. Tune in for the 30-part Who the Fuck Did I Marry series. And James said, what? And she said, girl, he's fucking crazy. And James said, what happened? Can I have him now?
Ew.
Which a lot of people were like, James, why would you release this screenshot?
Dude, what is wrong with you, man?
Like, he's just trying to be funny, but he means
You know what I
it
think?
too.
I think James knew that when he texted her, and he wanted to bring this conversation up in a way that he could fish for information. He could get her ex, the crazy one, information. If maybe in his totally lobotomized brain that he could somehow get her permission to be with him. I don't know.
You know what? I mean,
think
like,
he
I
knew.
don't know any scenario where your friend tells you that she broke up with a guy and he's crazy, and then you're like, can I have him? It's like not
Last
even
night,
funny.
like freshly.
Not even funny.
Like it hasn't even been 24 hours, and you're like, oh, I'm moving in on that.
You think James Charles would miss a huge TikTok story like this? No, he lives on TikTok. That's his whole shit.
Right. Well, this is before she came out.
She said I did 30 stories.
No. Allegedly, he flew Evan out at the end of February. She fully came out with her abuse story April 4th. So she said to him in this text screenshot, imagine the worst things a human can do to you. It would take hours to text it, but you'll see the series soon because what the fuck,
Why did
LMAO.
she do this? Why did she do the heart eyes?
I'm sure she's
Imagine the
trying
worst
to
things
use
a human-
comedy to cope. Like, imagine the worst thing that anybody could do to you.
With heart eyes? No, it's just a bizarre choice.
She's being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Certainly.
So I'm not. That's the Zoomer thing. They're
Yes.
doing. The sarcastic emojis is high level stuff.
Right? Yeah, you're a little.
You know
you've
about
aged out of that.
sarcastic emojis, Harley?
No, I'm also 40 years old. Well, 39. But, yeah,
we're the same age.
But
When do you
I'm
turn
aware
40?
that they do the moves. July 20th.
Oh wow, we're so close in age.
Oh,
I'm
shout out.
25th.
Oh, really?
Look at us.
We should go to Shambhala together.
I didn't even know what is that.
It's a music festival in the woods of Canada.
Oh, I don't do those.
Pretty
You should go to that. Even.
No, you don't do those things. You know what? You don't have a good time sometimes.
Never.
You want to go to Burning
actually.
Man?
I'm pretty much exclusively.
Go to Burning Man with all the old.
Let's go to Burning Man.
Was it Shambhala?
Shambhala.
Shambhala. It sounds like some
Is it
hippie bullshit.
In BC.
Is it
In
a
British
world in
Columbia.
the galaxy's inner rim in the Star Wars universe? That was the first result when I Googled it.
That's probably
Oh,
A reference
yeah.
to?
We can go there too.
Okay.
I know the
Check it
way.
So anyway, sorry about this. The tangent there.
Yeah,
we got
if-
the hard eyes.
If one wanted to be extra graceful to James Charles, they could say that because of the sarcastic emojis and stuff, he didn't understand the severity of it.
Wait, I thought you were speaking the same language of sarcastic emojis.
I would assume that he also speaks the same language. She also, in her next message, says, I gave this man a platform based off his lies and abuse, but I'm going to wait to heal from it and then clock it. So she uses the word abuse, and he says, shit, I'm sorry, Kayla. And she says, it's all good. Thank you, sister. So he's aware to at least the information that she was abused. His friend, Kayla, is telling her that her ex abused her. And he's saying, can I have him? LMAO.
That is
and then
so
saying,
out of pocket.
And then being like, sorry, I'm going to be genuine.
So why
I'm
did he
very sorry.
post
And then he
this?
did reach out to him.
Why did he post this?
So he posted this in, we'll get to it, his defense video where he says that him and Evan actually never had sex or any sexual encounters. It was purely friendship. And this was to defend himself that he didn't know the extent of the abuse when he pursued the relationship.
Based on this?
Yes.
The fuck?
That's why he released this screenshot.
Dude, what is wrong with you? This is reminding me.
stupid.
You remember when Trisha like dumped all of my text messages with her, where she looked like totally unhinged? It's kind of giving that.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
What?
So now is the time to watch the timestamps from Zach's interview with Be Better. This is Evan's old friend who he started going on Snapchat and he was like exposing his friend Evan and exposing James because he fully stood with Kayla after she posted her series. So let's watch him talk about the fact that James and Evan began FaceTiming each other. This was right after the breakup with Kayla.
Okay, so this is his friend?
This is Be Better. This is the person
this
who
is
helps
Be
me with the
Better. This is
Baldoni
Be Better.
case. Shouts out Be Better. Thank
Shout
you for
out
the
Be
help on
Better.
Baldoni.
Inspiring. His name inspires me.
It's true. BEE Better.
I want to be better for him.
So,
what? Oh, bees. Hit him with the bees.
There were other encounters.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like ongoing? And then also, were there any encounters where James was speaking specifically about Kayla?
Yes, there was. So that conversation that I actually, got in and interrupted, I now I have, caught on of why he was so like, do you trust him? Because they started picking up back on their conversation. And that's when James came back to Evan and was like, well, you didn't lose anything, Evan, out of this. If anything, you won. You got away from the psycho. She is the psychopath. Like, you are not the problem. She's the problem. She's been known to be the problem. She has been known to lie. She has been also known to make up complete fake stories just to get clout and have views. That's the only way, that's the way she is today is how she's gotten by making
Can you
up
pause
stories.
it really quick?
I did.
Zach makes a lot of really big claims in this interview. I will say that because some people in chat are like, this guy's kind of weird. And I include later, he is now alleging that he's going to sell Buy Sister merch. So he's like capitalizing off of it. However,
I got weird vibes from this guy from the jump.
I also got
and that's
weird vibes
the
from
exact
him.
type of shit that I'm not surprised that it would be something like that, taking advantage of the attention that he's getting in this scenario.
It does seem that
I was
way a little
basing it a lot
bit.
on what he was wearing, actually. I was looking at him, I'm like, look at this guy. He like really pulled up
This
for
motherfucker
his moment.
straight up stole
Like
his grandma's handmade tablecloth.
I will
He's
say,
just moving like this is his moment right now. I kind of forgot how he came into this, like. So.
Well, remember he was friends with like the most psychotic.
True.
Right.
Yeah,
The
you're hanging out
thing-
with your boy. You get the vibe that he's fucking crazy
Best
a little
friend?
bit. You know.
The only thing that's making me be like, we should watch these timestamps is because at the end of this video, they do, both of them, FaceTime Kayla, and Kayla says, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for doing this. So as of right now, Kayla stands with them. So I want you to see it.
As
James says that everything that this guy says is fucking fake.
He is in a position to know though, like
Evan.
right? I mean, he was best friends with him, so
He says the words best friend, but they started hanging out in January.
Oh.
You can
They
get
grew up in the same town.
Wait,
They knew
this
each other.
January, like
Yes.
2025.
Yes.
That's not your best.
They're quick friends.
But he also in this interview he also says Kayla and James were best friends, which seemed to me like a little bit of a leap.
That's a leap.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't know what best friends
So
are.
I think we should take what he says with a grain of salt. However, Kayla does co-sign, so I'm gonna hold the salt. Okay. You know.
Okay.
Do you think his
That's fair.
haircut could? I feel like he could get a more flattering haircut.
Yeah, one could argue that. Sure.
Just looking at it, it just seems to be a bit of a.
It's not a haircut I like either. I'll back you on that. It's
He has
definitely
nice
not-
hair, and he could do better.
Okay, I think this is his hair when he's really going out. Like this is what he would wear. Like this is his special hair. You know,
You're
I don't
right.
think this is a daily hair move.
Really? I mean, his hair.
I don't know. I just
His curls are beautifully like plopped. Very well done.
Yeah. Okay.
Well done.
Did he do that himself, or is that
Takes
kind of like a hair person doing that?
You know,
I have
that I
hair
don't
like
know.
that. No, that's his natural hair, right?
I think he did that.
I think he
Wait,
did
wait,
that
wait,
too.
No, he has curly
wait.
hair, but I think he styled his hair
Yeah.
that morning. I don't think he
I
just
have,
got
I have the same type of hair. If I get in the
planning.
shower and I put gel in it or
Yeah.
whatever, it will look like that.
Yeah, me
Totally.
too.
It does.
You should do that, Ethan.
I'd have to grow
I
my
would
hair
bet
out
this
so
guy
long.
had to think about that even further. I think there's more frizz involved than you would expect
Yeah.
from your
Wow.
curls. I think this guy comes out the gate a little bit frizzier. He thought about this yesterday.
Maybe
gotta-
even.
I thought this is like a premeditated thing, day or two before.
Yeah,
A
definitely.
lot of work.
It's
Yeah.
just giving like founding fathers,
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
not in a good way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, enough.
This is like a
Picture
prince
of
that
himself.
dies on Game of Thrones. This hair, for sure. Like season 3, he died. Him and his mom.
100%.
Oh shit!
You can go
He looks like the
Yeah.
the dude who created Reek. I don't know, whatever. He could have been him.
He looks great.
Next slide.
Hair's great.
Go to the
Beautiful.
scent pics.
Send pics.
Okay.
Evan takes a picture of himself and was like, obviously him in his room. And the next picture was
Picture. Talks like
James
Keemstar.
Bent-
This idiot doesn't even know how to
Talks
say
like Ethan
picture.
Klein.
He doesn't know how to say picture. What a fucking idiot. Hold on, one more time.
and the next picture was
Picture.
Emma Panda.
What an idiot, dude.
Singing.
Singing pink.
Singing.
What's my favorite word? What's my favorite color?
Pink.
Pink.
What?
I've never heard that.
Pink.
Pink.
Wait, I'm not aware of
Pink.
this one, Olivia. Does
He
he,
says
say
You're
pink
making
weird?
it up.
He says pink.
No, I don't.
Yes, you
Pink.
do.
You're right.
You did it.
I've never
another
picked up
one.
on this. Pink.
Pink.
Yeah. Pink.
Yeah.
Pink.
No, you're
How do
totally
you,
right.
you say it, genius?
Pink.
Pink. Yeah, just like that.
Sorry, I'm not so stuck up that I need to.
Well,
Pink.
let's get you into cotillion, please. Let's talk about the photos that they sent each other.
was James bent over
Gross.
on his bed with his ass up in the air
Gross.
Oh boy.
and was showing his ass and didn't say anything in the first picture. Then messaged us like, "How do you like that, Daddy?" Yeah.
I say I'm straight. I'm straight now. But I don't know what it's like to be gay. I guess maybe that is hot. I just can't imagine being turned on by James Charles.
That's
Right,
It's
it's
James
tough to
specifically.
imagine.
Yeah.
I'm smiling because I'm uncomfortable, and I want to also reiterate: James is 26 years old, and Evan is 20 at this point.
Yes, I was 20. That's correct.
That's pretty.
You know,
yeah.
that's not an illegal age difference, but there's just something so disturbing to
Yeah.
me about this being a pattern.
Yeah.
But
There it
I'll let
is.
you continue.
Exactly.
So
It's more than a pattern at this point. This is like a.
It's a template.
This is what they in science they call like a theory.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Theory of evolution. You know what I
Right.
mean?
We're heading towards law.
Yeah.
So during that time, I am aware that Evan had previously sent some save photos of, his private parts. And
Save?
Saved.
I just want to let you guys know that the next picture was like a picture, but it said video, but there was no talking in it. And it just had a caption on it. And James was bent over completely naked on the bed and said, "Daddy, I want your big."
Oh,
Please fucking kill me.
James, please.
Please end my
serious?
suffering.
Of course he's serious.
It's just so.
When did he see all that?
Okay, so he asks him like, was it over his shoulder? And it was like, yes. Sometimes I had to like answer for him when he was driving. Sometimes he would get like really drunk and tell me. So
Wait,
yeah.
hold on. The guy, so Evan, he was getting these messages from James.
Yes.
Right.
And
But
he
was
sent
cool
He
with
sent
his
James
buddy.
dick pics too, I think.
And he was cool with his buddy Zach, like just being like, "Oh, yo, I'm driving. Answer that butthole text message from James."
I think what he means is like, if
Maybe they are best friends. I take it back.
If like someone asks you to do something on their phone, maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah, the way he explained it, he was like, Evan wasn't really taking it seriously, but also I was like, dude, like we know what he's doing. So it seems like he was hopping on the clout train a bit, but also he sounds like the worst person in the world. Of course, he's responding.
That does sound like something
James.
James would say. Send me.
I would respond too, though.
You would.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Yo, that's crazy. Are you
For
sending
real,
this to
for real.
everyone?"
About I posted my first video on TikTok, and not even 5 minutes of my video being posted of me calling James out that him and Evan, were together in California and that he flew him out. 5 minutes later, James Charles was at Coachella on that Sunday, the first weekend, and he was texting me at Coachella. And I give you permission to go ahead.
Within 5 minutes of you posting that
This
video.
is the first
5
contact
minutes.
between James and
I
Zach.
didn't even have 500 likes on that video.
That's insane to me.
What?
So Zach started posting TikToks being like, James flew out who used to be my friend Evan, and he was like planning this info online. And 5 minutes later, James, who was at Coachella at the time, so he should be preoccupied doing something else, he sent the screenshots that he's about to show on screen to Zach.
And by the way,
So he's just like nonstop name searching himself.
by the way, and this guy claims he didn't know 24 hours after she started talking about it.
Right. But he knows within 5 minutes of...
Right.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
You're right.
It's online. Okay, so James, I'm so sorry, guys. I really have to.
Don't do it, dude.
That's okay.
Dude, you debated for 5 hours. Now we know it's bullshit.
I'm uncomfortable.
I also have to pee.
There you go. See,
Oh
okay.
my God.
Harley, we'll be right back.
Just hang out, Harley.
I have to pee also, actually.
Okay, all right.
Twinsies,
Why don't
go
we
have
just
fun.
all go to the bathroom? Everybody in the audience too. If you need to step away, now's the time. I guess.
But
don't leave. Yeah.
Come
Keep the
back.
stream going. In fact, open the stream on a second computer.
Yeah.
Go to Best Buy and open it on every computer, says Ethan. Are you switched to me? You are switched to me.
Yeah.
I still have Harley's thing up, so I couldn't see. I want to know how Harley found the unedited version of the old background.
Does he even know? I think it might be a
Is it just a
coincidence.
coincidence?
Yeah, I think it might be a coincidence.
Oh, we gotta ask. That's so funny if so. Because
And
that's the exact image that we used on
Yeah.
H3TV.
Yeah, I'm curious where Harley is in, because you hear that slight echo. In my head, he's like in a big concrete warehouse. What's your thoughts on that?
I thought he was in a swamp.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was real.
I want to ask him to turn off the filter when he comes back. Because I'm curious.
Yeah, I had been noticing that. We thought at first it was echoing from our monitor, but
Yeah.
I do think it's just his mic.
I think he's just in a big warehouse.
He's
or
in a
something.
boomy room, isn't he?
Yeah, and I've been in my head. I've been like trying to build a scene how it looks like behind.
It's got to be fucking massive.
Yeah, right. It has to be.
I've been trying fucking everything, man.
Yeah, no, it's a big room.
Everything.
I hope he comes back soon, so we can see.
We
it.
can find out. We'll
But
find
I
out.
mean, if it's a big warehouse and he's going to the bathroom, it might not be back for a while.
Okay.
It's a long
It's got
walk.
a long ways to
Yeah,
trek.
yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to thank some of our wonderful super chatters here. Let's see. A lot of these were, as we were going through the story, a lot of love for her bravery here. People that have been survivors of this kind of stuff. Yo!
Oh shit! Yes, cute. Yeah, pan around a little bit.
Did you hear? Love was curious how big this room was because your mic is kind of booming.
So I had a flood not that long ago in my basement.
We can't see it.
So
I'm covering Lena, trying to find which shot that is.
Oh, it's the one that says Dan's computer. It should be on the bottom row or second to. You can do it, AB.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
All right.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I had a flood, so my whole basement, I had to tear the floor up and like a foot on all the walls had to come off because of the wall. It was like 8 inches of water. It was crazy.
Damn.
So I just got back home because I was living in Florida training for the boxing, and my basement got renovated. And I came back and it was completely empty. And I was talking to my cousin, my partner. We do our podcast together at Double Dusted Discussion. You guys should listen to it. You like it? You guys should come on. Hey, each of you guys should come on. We talk about food and stuff. Yeah, one at a time. But each of you guys would be great. We talk about food and stuff. I'm sure people would love to know about your favorite fast food takes and stuff.
I would love to do that, Harley.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you guys up. After this to do that. But we podcast here, and he called. He's like, dude, you're gonna go on H3. It's gonna be so echoey. And I was like, damn, they got a whole setup. Let them figure it out. And then I was pissing upstairs, and I heard you being like, yeah, I've been trying to sort it out. And I'm like, oh, damn.
It's not echoey.
It is.
It's not that bad.
Echoey.
My main thing was I was just curious what kind of room
What was
it
causing it, yeah.
Like it sounded like a warehouse.
I thought it was something on our end, but
you're in a
big ass room. No, you're good, brother. It's all good.
Now, Harley, did you hear the other part of the conversation where we were noting your background? Where did you find this background?
I put up I made it a while ago. I just searched up H3 background.
Okay, so it was
but
because
I did
of
save
us.
it. I saved it. Yeah, I saved it to my computer
Okay, right
a
on.
while back, and I had that, and I was like, I had this, and I had the old Epic Mealtime background.
Oh, classic.
And I was like, where should we, And I was like, yeah, this is good. This is cute.
Yeah, no, we appreciate the little touch there.
You're totally on theme.
All right, Ethan, you're back. Your bladder is emptied.
I just got my my scan results. If you guys want to see my butthole and balls again,
sure.
Well, let's tease it for another day because we're
Text it
actually
to James Charles.
There's a decent amount more to the story, and we only have about 28 minutes remaining, so we should get back to it.
How's it with only 28 minutes left? It's 3:20.
We started early.
We actually started close to on time today, I guess is why.
Oh.
You're amazing.
We can go. Oh, yeah.
I'm just going off of the
Okay.
typical 3.5 hour target time. Yeah.
We are almost done.
Okay, I take it back. We got plenty of time. Let's look at your butthole.
What the hell is going on?
Okay, so he's about to read the screenshots that James texted him while James was at Coachella after he saw his videos.
Hold on, I closed it too early. Okay.
Now, I posted my first video on TikTok, and not even 5 minutes of my video being posted of me calling James out that him and Evan, were together in California and that he flew him out. 5 minutes later, James Charles was at Coachella on that Sunday, the first weekend, and he was texting me at Coachella, and I give you permission to go ahead.
Within 5 minutes of you posting that video,
5 minutes.
He reached out to you.
I didn't even have 500 likes on that video.
That's insane to me. It's like
he kind of creeped me out.
He must have someone looking out for these types of videos to see if he can squash them as early as possible, because this is reputation management. If there's people who do this as for careers, I wouldn't be surprised that there's a team just constantly searching for anything and then they flagged for video.
That's very true.
So there were some initial messages which we can put on the screen. James said, "Hello, I'm just now seeing these. I'm absolutely not on his side and would really, really appreciate it if you would leave me out of this. I only ever spoke to him because he manipulated me into thinking his situation was similar to what I went through." That's very interesting to me, because James Charles is 26 years old. He's a multimillionaire. He's very successful. I think in a lot of ways, in the way he conducts himself, he's not smart, but he's not a dumb person. The idea that James Charles was manipulated by a 20-year-old boy who can barely string a sentence together in the videos that I've watched, hard for me to believe.
Yes.
When he says he manipulated me into thinking his situation was similar to what I went through, if I'm putting myself in James's mind to understand what he's suggesting, is I think in James's mind, he was canceled for something that wasn't true. When he was canceled for
peace and love to be better. I don't need his analysis. I'll just read the text. Yeah. Be more. He should change his name from Be Better to Be More Concise.
We have
concise.
a 4-hour podcast every day.
Be concise, my friend.
Hot kettle.
Wrap it up. I only ever spoke to him because he manipulated me into thinking the situation was really similar to what I went through. So I was really personal and sensitive topic that I had empathy for. As soon as I saw Kayla's video, I felt disgusted and awful, and I've stopped responding to him altogether. He's obviously manipulating and lying to everyone. I should have never spoken to him, but you were in the car with him, so I don't think it's fair you're making a video accusing me of being some monster when he had you convinced too. I'm sorry I didn't see your message previously. I wish I would have sooner, but I appreciate that you reached out to warn me. I'm at Coachella right now, but if you want to talk later today or tomorrow, I can make myself available. Ugh.
Yeah. In James's video that is a few slides down, he kind of consolidates all of that and like all of his excuses. So we'll get a better understanding of it in a little bit. But let's talk about when James flew Evan out to Los Angeles.
So can you tell me about the weekend that James Charles and Evan Johnson spent together?
Yes, absolutely. So I was the only person that knew that Evan was going to LA and that James was flying him out to LA. So it was a very last minute thing. James continued to beg, like, come to LA, like, we can have some fun, we can hang out, hang around the house, like, we can just, chill. But I think it's just best that you can come out here and, get your mind off things, which didn't sit right with me because I was there for Evan every single day through all the hard days and saw some of the most disturbing things for the simple fact that I had to pretty much save him, So very last minute, he goes to LA, flies to LA. I dropped Evan off at the airport. By any chance, do you have that date written down?
I do. I believe it was February 28th.
February 28th, he flew out.
You have his boarding pass?
Yes, I do.
I did verify everything that you said. So we have his boarding pass.
How do you get his boarding pass?
And he was flying from Nashville to Burbank.
Was this guy the NSA? What the
Be
fuck
better,
is this?
be better
He
was
dropped
sick
him at
pulling
the
out that
airport, but
date and the
I
boarding
was a
pass.
bit lost on how he got the boarding pass.
Why? What the fuck is this, bro? All right, I'll just take your word for it. Be Better's got all the.
Right, Be Better said it's
He's got
better.
access.
He's vouching for it, so his name's on the line. So
yeah, which is a lot. I believe him. I do.
Boarding pass is a huge
You dropped
receipt.
him off.
Yeah.
According to James,
MBNA
he
airports.
was in LA, so it is real that he did visit him and stay at his house.
okay.
And picked him up.
Yes, and picked him up. So during the time of him at LA, he had posted on his story I think it was 1 or 2 snaps. I believe it was 2 snaps.
Evan. Just to clarify, Evan had posted on his
Yes,
story.
Evan had posted on his story.
Which we do have here. Okay, so Evan had posted on his story these photos.
Printed
Yes,
screenshot
can I see
documents.
that? Okay, so yes. So these photos right here. So this one is him just saying, "What's up, Snap?" I mean, Kayla.
Okay, whatever. Right.
Okay, I'll tell you. So the next photo that's next.
Oh, should I? Is it relevant?
I'll just tell you.
Okay.
So he geotagged Encino, Los Angeles in his public Snapchat,
That's where he
which
lives.
people know that
Yeah.
that's where James lives. Kayla has been to James's house. He could see. Zach alleges that Kayla could see the hedges in the photo, and when she saw that, she texted James and said, "Are you with my ex?" And James lied and said, "No."
Hold
I'm
on,
not."
let me see. Okay, now I want to see the.
That
I want to see the
minute
photos
thing
on the
fun, but
printed
I think
out
it was maybe called
paper.
something. So Evan off at the airport.
I did.
I think it was
posted.
Can I see that?
No.
Okay, so yes, so is him just
Bro,
saying
put
he
it-
not have proof.
Put it
You
on the
can put it on
screen.
1.5 speed.
During
So he recognizes the bush.
Yeah, Kayla allegedly recognized the hedges, and then in the next photo, it's geotagged Encino, which is
this
where
time
James
was
lives.
like the trees, like obviously like she's been to James's house. Twin is right here.
Gross. Okay.
All right. Then
So she texts James. She's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "It's not me."
he's like, nope, he's not here. Then Evan sends Zach a Snapchat in James's bed. Then James changes Evan's flight and so that he can stay longer. And then according to Zach,
And
if you
to
click
your
on
knowledge-
if you want to watch that, you can.
Whoa. Okay.
What happened between them on that weekend together?
So on that weekend, Evan had Snapchatted me, and he was laying in James's bed. And James's bed, as I can go back and think, is pretty much solid white comforter, white sheets, white pillowcases, just very, natural. And it was a very large bed because Evan snapped. It was like just woke up. He didn't have a shirt on, and he was literally in James's bed. And he was like, "I was literally like, this is the nicest bed."
Give me
I
too
have
many
ever."
details.
Yeah, go to the next one because that's where all of the sexual allegations
Okay.
are laid out.
Yeah, he's got a big white bed.
Correct. This
Um,
Um,
one, according to Zach, this is what happened sexually.
According to
between them.
Zach. Okay, here we go.
Later that evening, night, he ended up like wanting to go drink. I didn't really drink that much, and he actually drank and got pretty wasted. So I was like, "So what all happened? Like, what'd you guys get to do? Like, what'd y'all do?" And he was like, "Well, all we done was off together."
Okay. That's not too bad.
And I was like,
No,
"Okay."
he kept it straight.
And
You gotta- yeah, I mean,
There's more, there's more.
You get your toes wet.
It's about to build.
Get your dick wet.
A little bit.
We just jerked off together. Homies.
Just
And I began to slide into him from behind.
Oh, God.
then he goes, "Money's money." Made the comment, "Money is money."
Yeah.
Well, that's a bizarre comment.
Yeah, so I was confused with that. Then shortly after, where he was so drunk, there is, let's just say, something on his phone, and they did have sex.
So Evan had gotten drunk and then showed you on Snapchat or on his phone. There is like a quick clip.
Yes, it was a very quick clip, and it was actually on Snapchat in his memories, but it
What?
was saved as camera roll for some odd reason.
And you believe this
Yes,
video
unpublic.
depicted James Charles and Evan Johnson having sex?
Oh yes, 100%.
James vehemently
Can hear.
denies that this exists, and he says,
100%
"If it's
it was-
real, post it. If it's real, post it because it doesn't exist."
Well, he wouldn't have it.
Exactly.
Why would he have
That's right. Because it was on Evan's phone, and Evan showed it to him allegedly.
This was my ass.
I mean, there's no reason for him to post it either, Evan.
Right.
What did you hear in the video?
So in the video, you could hear James calling Evan daddy and moaning.
Oh God,
Very,
that's
very
the most
disturbing. I feel-
disgusting.
Daddy?
The whole daddy thing. You can't be serious with that.
Yeah.
That
Daddy?
checks out though. He does do that. Daddy.
Daddy.
James
like,
really
you think-
hasn't shown us that he is good enough of a person for us to maybe think that this isn't true. Like,
Right.
poor
He's lost the benefit of the
poor
doubt at this
James. We
point.
don't believe him anymore. Like,
Yeah.
sorry. The deniability goes out the door when you've been exposed for messaging a bunch of minors. It's
Well, is it in
this
debate
guy-
that? Go ahead, Harley.
No, you go ahead.
No, you.
It was gonna be so stupid what I was gonna say.
No,
It's just
say
gonna be
it.
fucking dumb.
We
Not
love that. That's
stupid.
what we're here for.
Okay. So James, he had the Evan was straight with his girlfriend, and while he was with his girlfriend, he was friends with this guy Zach.
So it was like right after Kayla and Evan broke up is when Zach and Evan rekindled their friendship.
Oh, they had been friends before?
They had known each other. They grew up in the same town. Zach found out later, actually, that his cousin was allegedly a victim of Evan's.
Oh, wow.
He says that later in this interview. So they knew of each other. They weren't like friends, but then in January, after Kayla and Evan broke up, they became friends.
Just because he texts Zach like videos of him fucking James Charles. I'm just getting the vibe that these two boys have been fucking for a bit now.
Right,
you know?
especially if you
I think
weren't
they
that
got something
close.
going on.
Wait, he was sending it to him, or he
No, he
saw it on
showed
his
it to him.
phone?
He showed it
He
to
showed
him.
it to him.
Oh, okay, yeah, but
Not that
you know what
that's
I mean?
better. I mean,
Still, like,
regardless.
yeah, it's like, I feel like I would only be like, yo, check me out, fucking this dude, and only show that to a dude that I was maybe having
Right.
sex with if I did something like that. I still wouldn't do that. I'm just saying if I lived in this, if I was, anyway, sorry, what were you going to say, Ethan?
I honestly totally forgot. No, that's an interesting point for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. At 47 minutes is when Be Better asks him if Evan is straight.
Thinking right now, I can picture it still. It's something I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. But when Evan comment back, money's money. So allegedly, I mean, I'm sure there was lots of money involved.
So you do believe that James had paid Evan?
I do.
Some way? For me, it's interesting because whether or not
How much you got to pay for something like that?
10K.
That was extremely fast.
I already did the math. I was like, hey, the guy opened the OnlyFans 2 weeks before. What's it going to take for him to get out there? I was just like, probably like 10K is the initial, and I think he makes a move with that. But flights included and all that stuff. But 10K.
Oh,
then I think maybe. Yeah, it was 10K, and I'm gonna fly you down,
Right.
and we're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have great food. I'm gonna give you so many blowjobs. I'm sure you're gonna. And then when he was there, and he was kind of having fun, he was like, "You want to stay?" Because he changed the flight ticket, and that was probably like 5K there, maybe maybe like 15K.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Money is money could mean like, the luxury of the being flown out and getting like good food and stuff.
Okay, so that, I mean, there you
I'm
go.
more than 10K. Just saying, I'm more than 10K. I know 10K was fast, but that's for him, and I was already thinking about it.
As an apparently straight guy, although I guess we don't know if he's totally straight or not. But he's still, even no matter if he's bisexual or not, it's James Charles, right? Putrid, vile, and so 10,000.
I'm desperate.
Right.
No kidding.
We know.
You could say that again.
I mean, listen, me, I'm six figures. I'm six figures at least for sure. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
that fancy watch. You know what I mean?
For real, for real.
Well, you jerk off in the same room as James Charles, you get that watch? Come on.
Yeah, no, for 6 figures, I see it. For 10, I mean, he's in
For
a
him,
bind.
he does it for 10. He does it for 10.
Yeah, he's in a
He's
bind.
under some pressure.
I do it
you're
for
right.
Dr. Mike's watch.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm sorry, babe.
Or a bag of cash. You're still paying for his flights, paying for his food, possibly buying him things. He was obviously going to pay Evan and Kayla in the sponsorship that they were going to do for his business. So there's sort of vague ways to do that, but at the end of the day, you're still exchanging sex for money, especially when you're coercing someone who I believe to be straight.
As far as I know, his sexuality, Evan was straight.
Right, and it's hard to speculate because obviously it exists on a spectrum, but for the most part, he operated and identified as a straight man, which is actually James Charles's type.
Yeah, James
Which
Charles, I don't know if you know this, Harley. He says specifically he likes
aware.
straight guys, yeah.
Yep. And also, he stole he stole Teddy Fresh.
Yeah, he did.
Never forget that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John C says
biggest crime.
By far. The kids will be fine. They can't. Were they under 3? No, sorry, no, they weren't. That was the Denims joke. Denim says they can't remember Bass 3. Can they remember before 18?
My head's spinning a little bit.
I was trying to connect the dots between
I like
Denims
okay,
joke,
right? The
not
Denims
even a
thing.
joke,
The
just
vast majority of people are
Yeah.
vast are not remembering anything that happened to them at 3.
What about 18?
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
Okay.
From 18?
Yeah.
No.
I just remember he stole your design, and then he had Kim Kardashian promoting it on her Instagram story.
Oh God!
And then
that's right.
allegations came out.
Right.
I think like a month later.
John C says this interviewer is giving space alien studying humans.
I thought, you know what energy I thought he was giving? Like a vampire convincing you to become a vampire because it's so cool and sexy to be a vampire.
Totally. I totally feel that.
Where do you want me to go next?
Just the
How long have
last
you been 17?
timestamp where it says call in with Kayla. So we
Nice.
can show that
Nice.
she co-signs all.
Hi, Kayla. Hey, Kayla. We just finished with our interview, and
Oh my gosh.
we just want to let you know that we love you and we support you and we're here for you if you need anything.
Thank you. I love you guys so much, and I'm like really excited to see you guys.
Yes, I love you, Kayla.
I love you guys.
Have a good day.
Have a nice day. You too, guys. Love you all.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
That's so weird.
He loves her?
Well, he did.
That was the extent of the call-in?
It was, yes.
Okay.
This
That
was
could have been
before
pre-recorded.
court.
They kept that real
pre-recorded.
brief.
Yeah.
They did.
Okay. Okay.
So after
Interesting.
this,
and it ends right there.
obviously the story took off. People were like, what? First of all, James is supporting an abuser, and also the abuser was his abused his friend.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, everybody was like, James is a horrible person. So right away he came out.
Hold
with
on. Insta story, bro. That's
Yeah.
the way you're gonna address
he
this.
Insta storied, and he didn't want to speak on it. Allegedly, he didn't want to speak too much on it before Kayla's court case because it was the next day. He posted a video after she did get justice, and we will be watching that. But this is what he posted first.
I do not support Evan Johnson. I am hoping and praying that Kayla gets justice tomorrow. As I promised her privately, I will not be responding publicly to anything till after the hearing. Yeah, I'm sure you're doing it for her. Idiot.
You don't have to support him to fuck him.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not actually a denial.
That is true.
True. Yeah, he didn't deny anything. She says, I don't support what he did.
Right. Well, he can't say I didn't fly him out and I didn't text him because
we have the NSA.
we know that did happen.
We have the boarding pass.
Right. And be better said that he verified it. So.
All right.
Kayla gets justice.
Yes. So Kayla won her court case last Thursday. Evan pled guilty. He was previously in violation.
15 million likes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Over 100 million views.
The world is
Whoa.
with her.
Okay, so she won in the criminal lawsuit.
Yes. If you click the third one, she explains all of his charges.
Okay. All of his charges explained.
Yes.
By now, he's been arrested. The court case happened, and nothing feels real still. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, everything worked out, and I'm fucking crying. Yeah, it all. Yeah, as you can tell, I still haven't really processed it, but a lot happened. This was basically like yesterday. A lot happened basically yesterday at the court case. So I'm just going to give you all the rundown, the sentencing, the charges, everything that happened. It is also public information if y'all want to look into it on yourself. But basically, we were told to arrive at the courthouse at 9 a.m. And fun fact, this courthouse is in the same town where he lives. And I've been there, obviously, since everything. So we Uber to the courthouse, and the drive there, I passed his neighborhood. I passed the gas station where he rocked my shit. Like, I was like spiraling on the way there. I was like in the Uber, not even like able to talk. Oh my God. So we get to the courthouse at exactly 9 a.m. I think. And we walk inside, and we're sitting like in the like waiting room upstairs after you go through security. And a lot of people thought that this was a jury trial, like a whole trial where we were gonna have to give statements and all that stuff. That did not happen. If he were to have pled not guilty or not accepted the deal, then it would have been a whole other jury trial, all of that stuff. But
I see.
it was I don't know what's the word for it, but it was basically just like him getting sentenced, if that makes sense. Hence why it wasn't like a long trial, because it wasn't like a jury. Like there weren't jurors, there wasn't like, we didn't do a witness thing because he pled guilty. But we get in there and we're like waiting in like the lobby area, and I cannot explain how much anxiety I had, because I had people telling me that there was a strong possibility he was going to be showing up with his friends and they were going to like harass me or some shit. And I was like really expecting that. Thankfully that did not happen. But because of that possibility, me and my family got moved into like this back room in the very back of the courthouse to wait until our case was going to be heard. So we're back there for about 2 hours, and then the DA comes in and says that the judge is going on a break and will not be back until 1:30. So we were waiting at the courthouse for like 4 hours, from 9 till 1:30 when they called our case. But at exactly 1:30, They said that the judge was ready to hear the case. And I got the fuck up and I walked up to the court doors and I walked into the room, and that was my first time seeing him since everything. And to my shock, he was alone. There was nobody with him, and he was sitting 3 rows to the front, completely alone. So I sat down on the corner to where
if you wanna
his
pause it.
peripheral vision would see me.
Evan, sorry, I didn't realize it was a full 9 minutes. Evan pled guilty, as she said. He had already been in violation of his 4-year probation deal. He was sentenced to 1.5 years on his charges in Tennessee.
Wow.
Kayla alleged that he assaulted her not just in Tennessee, but in California, Hawaii, and New York as well. So she's currently in the process of pursuing felony charges in California, is where she's going first. A quote from her in this video is, "Even though it's over in the state of Tennessee, it's not in California, so I still have a lot more fucking shit to do. I'm safe for the next 1.5 years. I can't put it into words. I'm in Tennessee right now. I'm in Nashville, and I'm not scared."
Okay, let's get
Very
it.
good.
From
Let's
jail.
go, girl.
There it is.
That's crazy that it all. So I'm probably inferring a lot here, but it sounds like why this all, because this all happened very quickly. Like this all started. Normally, a criminal case, takes a long time. Like she pointed out, this was not a jury trial, but it sounds like he was from his probation. She made this allegation that triggered a probation violation. He went to a hearing and they just immediately threw him in jail from that. That's why it all kind of just happened super quick.
Where does it say all the charges?
It was a DUI and then a probation violation. And she goes in to describe it at the end of this video.
So I think he was on probation from the DUI? Or was it something else
The
entirely?
articles were confusing because it said DUI and a probation violation. It didn't say a probation violation of a DUI charge.
Huh. Okay.
But so the way that Zach described it is like what his probation was for is he had gotten into trouble. And Kayla described that when she first started dating him, he was dealing with the court proceedings from that case. And she went with him to court, but she didn't describe exactly what it was.
Right.
I don't know if anyone's interested, but here he is as a tablecloth.
Here, who is?
On my screen.
Oh.
Tell us.
I'm extremely
That's
interested.
a swastika.
No, that's
that's
not. That's a table with a cloth
He's
on
got
it.
he's got swastika.
Seeing it everywhere, man.
You're being silly.
So then, after Kayla gets justice, James is like, I can take it upon myself and I can totally defend myself in a TikTok now.
Oh,
and that's
boy.
what he did.
All right.
And for some reason, the comments, his top comments are being like, why do I feel like he's being sincere? Why do I feel like he's being sincere? However, everything I've seen on my timeline is anti-James.
Well, let's.
So it seems like there's a
What's
toss-up.
anti-James?
And anti-James.
Oh, anti.
Yeah, sorry.
We're anti-James.
Not like
We
my
are.
anti-James.
Well, let's see. Let's see if you think he's being sincere, Ethan.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Support
Approach it with an
Johnson.
open mind.
In
He's
any way,
lying.
shape,
All right, let's watch this.
shape or form, let me make that fucking clear. I don't support him.
Ooh, he's lying. Actually, though, unironically, he's trying so hard.
I do not support.
Bro, you called him daddy and sent him a picture of your butthole. Just say it.
Is that 10 minutes long?
Yes, 10 minutes.
Why is that the new meta?
I know.
Long ass
I miss
TikToks.
TikTok being,
Also,
1
how do you
minute.
Wrap
timestamp
it
on
up,
TikTok?
dude.
1 minute, bro, huh?
You can't timestamp on TikTok.
Right, that's true.
This is, I thought they kept it 10 minutes. Now you could. This one's 11 minutes.
Basically, if you just say something in the last half, no one will ever know it.
I will say
No
James
way is that
talks
fun.
so fast and all of it is information. So a lot of this video
So
is
really,
important.
for
He
anybody
doesn't
else,
really
this would be a
meander.
30-minute video.
Right.
All right, let's
We're
see.
gonna get lied at so fast and hard right now.
So fast, dude.
Let's see. Let's see.
Johnson in any way, shape, or form, let me make that fucking clear. I don't support him, I don't support violence against women, and I sure as hell do not support the disgusting, deplorable, violent, heinous acts that he committed against Kayla Malecc behind closed doors. I really fucking hope and pray that when this goes to court this week,
He says behind closed doors to shield himself from
Yes, he
criticism.
Because we know later in this video, he sends us a text message that took place behind closed doors with him and Kayla, where she says
that he put out.
Yep.
What the fuck?
It's confusing.
Kayla gets justice for what that man put her through. At the same time, the videos that I'm currently seeing all over my For You page are disturbing to me. This is not TikTok tea and drama for everyone else's entertainment. This is real people dealing with some really serious shit.
Shut up.
You did something really weird. And the real person that you're talking about is saying that she was really hurt by you.
He's doing the genocide in Gaza thing. He's like, there's real crimes that happen. How are you going to talk about gossip involving me while real crimes and real people had problems? Shut up, James. You're in the center of this story.
The conversation has completely shifted focus away from Kayla Malecc and how she was brave enough to speak out about what she went through to how James Charles involved, the downfall, By Sister 2.0, where's the apology video? It's distracting from the actual issue at hand, which is domestic violence.
I saw how you responded when you found out she was being domestically violated. Okay, you said, I want to fuck your man. Can I have him? Shut up.
To be fair,
who's defending
I guess,
this freak?
In the text, she didn't say he domestically abused me, but she did use the word abuse.
She was obvious what she meant.
I felt that way.
She said, imagine
too.
the worst things.
Yeah.
I imagined worse than abuse.
Yep, exactly.
James like, I want to fuck your man.
What did he say? Can I have him now?
Can I have him next or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I've spoken out about this for a couple of different reasons. The main one being, this is going to court this week. Anything I or anybody else says online can and probably will be used by either Evan's defense attorney.
Well, guess what? It wasn't, and you posted this after.
He's such a dumbass loser. This is all the same talking.
This was posted after?
Yeah, because remember in his text post, he said, I'm not going to say anything until
so he recorded it supposedly before the trial, but then waited a little bit to...
Must have been.
Interesting. Oh yeah, this is people took your suggestion seriously. They
Hey, let's get those views going up, guys. What did they do to my eyes? They just moved them together a little bit.
No, that's just how you look.
Stop.
That's my boss.
That's an angle. It's not funny.
That's
It's not
Ethan.
appreciated, and I don't like it.
I know that guy.
You don't know him. I don't know
do.
him. I've never met him. Okay, James, tell me more
You're the
about.
judge.
Tell me more about the how I
Keep playing it.
Okay, fine.
To affect the outcome of its ruling. And I didn't want to put Kayla at any risk for that.
Shut
I
up.
hate that I'm getting online
What
and
a
filming this
savior.
video right now, but I truthfully have no other choice because I've also spent the last several weeks trying to get in contact with the only person involved in this that actually matters and needs to hear the truth, and that's Kayla Malecc. And she has been unwilling to have a conversation with me. And frankly...
Okay, well, like,
That makes
let's
sense to
call
me.
it. Well, let's just call it what it is. She thinks you did that shit, and she's the only one that matters, right? Who's believing this? What are you talking about? People are saying
The comments, bro. Like all the top ones are like, I feel like he's being serious, like genuine.
Can you delete comments on your TikTok? I assume so, right?
I assume so.
there's so many,
There's
though.
got to be that going on then, right?
So right now it says, until I get Kayla's side, I'm not going to believe him. Same time next year.
Okay, maybe not super positive.
I
Maybe
saw
you
a
ain't
good
falling for
amount.
this. This actually low key seems sincere. There you
Yeah.
go. That one has 332,000 likes.
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck.
Damn.
And he came with receipts. All right.
We got the receipts
I don't
where
fucking
she
blame her.
texted him and
After I
told him.
watched the laughable interview between Be Better and Zach Sellers, I wouldn't want to have a conversation with me either if I was being fed complete bullshit lies and misinformation from the person whose only source of information is the same man that lied to and abused me for 9 months straight. At this point, I have no choice other than to get online.
Abused me?
He wrote me as in Kayla above him to clarify.
How does me mean Kayla?
He's like putting himself in her shoes. Like,
Oh.
how could I blah 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 if blah blah blah?
Okay.
Tell my story and then prove my story to be true in a court of law. I am suing Zach Sellers and anybody else that thinks it's funny or entertaining to get online and spread defamatory and slanderous lies, misinformation, completely bullshit made up stories for the sake of views, likes, engagement, and galaxies. I'm done.
Galaxies?
This
Is that
all started
the
with-
live?
Zach did go on TikTok lives, and you'll see. I have.
He got galaxies? That's what we hooked up Jason Nash, remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do remember.
Another galaxy.
Yeah,
you got. Bring back the good memories, Zach.
Come on, guys.
That cost me a fortune
Go,
for
get
these
it.
sound bites.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it,
Do you have the one where he's thanking me for the galaxies?
No.
Oh shit, bro! I spent like $500 on that thing. We got
They're all just sitting there asleep.
Damn.
2025 when I reached out to Kayla about her and Evan being in a Valentine's Day video together. She told me she couldn't. She was crashing out because they had just broken up because he was crazy. I tried to lighten the mood a little bit and make a lighthearted joke asking could I have him now, and then asked what
I'm so sorry.
Don't just brush
I
past
was
that.
just trying to lighten the mood.
That's not so.
By trying to fuck your ex.
Give me a fucking break.
It's the fact that he did. Like you saying, I try to make a lighthearted joke. You pursued a relationship, friendship, or sexual, whatever it is. It's proven that you guys
That's not in
did have a
dispute.
relationship. You pursued him after she said all of this shit.
Was he?
I mean, he's vehemently denying that.
Is
though.
he at his house?
Well, he's vehemently denying the sexual part of it.
Was he at his house?
Yes.
Oh, that's unforgivable.
So that part is
game
not.
over.
No,
that
that's
part is
not up for
in
dispute. He says that he lied to Kayla in this video. He says
Oh.
Kayla texted me.
But that's game over.
Oh.
James Charles is going to hell.
He's claiming that he didn't know the extent of it. And
Bro,
as soon as
you're
he
such
saw
a liar.
Her video,
What is wrong with
As soon as
people
he saw
online?
her video, April 4th, he was like, I was manipulated by this guy.
Right, and again,
I
this
thought
is
we
the
were going
guy
through
that
the same thing.
This is the guy that responded to the Zach dude's TikTok within 5 minutes of being posted. This dude name searches like that's all he's doing all day is just like looking up himself. So
all right, let me see what this
I don't
idiot
buy it.
So to James, his biggest crime is being a bad and careless, thoughtless friend who was manipulated by an abuser.
Okay, I'm not. I don't see any bridge in logic that
I don't
leads me
either.
there. Yeah.
actually happened between them. All she told me was that he did awful things to her and that I would find out more in her 30-part TikTok series.
So then
She
I
said
pursued him.
So my friend said he did awful, unspeakable things to me. Anyway, hi, bye, sister. I'm gonna call him up and see if he wants to come over.
It's weird.
Very weird.
She was upset that she helped build his platform based off of lies and abuse, and whenever she was healed, she was going to get online and expose him. I'm going to be so honest. I did not take this conversation very seriously.
See?
And obviously,
Okay, so what he's doing is he's offering a crumb of humility
Yes.
so that you believe everything he's saying, but this guy's a liar.
Sick angle, though. Very sick angle.
Let's
if
see,
you want
yeah.
to manipulate the audience,
Very.
it's quite impressive. This is a guy who's been in the shit before. He knows how to move through it.
Yep.
There's a reason why this guy is one of the most vile creators that still exist. Is because
Yep.
this is his
That's
superpower
true.
over here.
I
what he's
mean-
doing right now.
That's a
He's
good point.
doing it. It's an incredible angle if you want to dip out of this shit and still continue making TikToks and whatnot.
That's really a
Right.
good point. He wouldn't have survived all these controversies if he wasn't, slick like a lubed up
Jewish.
something. A lubed up Jewish? What the fuck does that have to do with anything, Anissa? Do you believe this girl, how she talks about Jews, Harley?
Hey, she
As
was
terrible
nice
as the
to me.
Holocaust was, obviously it was horrendous, and how
Come
disgusting
on, I've got
the
a
doctor
Jewish
was
guest
that did
here.
the
That's so
experiments
inappropriate.
on,
Anissa,
people,
please. That is
gay people, handicaps, twins.
Anissa, this
and
is not
obviously-
now.
They were obviously Jewish.
Okay, I am so sorry, Harley. We'll continue listening to James.
Jewish.
Yeah.
now knowing what we all do, I fucking should have. Reading it back now, it is super clear that she was using humor to cope, and that is perfectly fine and valid. But at the time,
Who's using humor
I
to
genu-
cope? What?
She's saying the emojis and stuff.
Clear that she was using humor to.
Not really. I mean, they were a little weird, but I wouldn't say she's like.
Her
Who
words
fucking
still
laughs about that?
meant
Oh
something.
God, you're such a creep. I hate you.
Yeah, he's just making excuses for why he felt.
Cope, and that is-
Is he the
inclined to
worst?
pursue them.
Is he the worst, most despicable content creator? Next to Hasan, I know that's my take. I think Hasan is worse, frankly, at this point. But James, well, yeah, he's worse. He's worse. I'm sorry. Fucking kids is one thing, terrible, but supporting terrorists that kill people is way worse.
10 toes down.
10 toes down on that
I
shit.
think they're both.
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. They're both, I don't know. It's a toughie. If they could,
It's a toughie.
if only James Charles could defend terrorists, and then it would make it a lot easier. He's defending himself.
James Charles is like small scale, he's fucking up the people
you're-
around him that come in contact with him.
You're co-signing.
I'm trying to help you guys out here. This is your fucking show. Trying to find an angle for you guys.
Yeah, Hasan's a despicable human being. He's a fucking.
I like to have my bad bucket, and then I just throw all the people in the same bad bucket. And sometimes there are drastic differences between people that are in the bad bucket, but they're all in the bad bucket together. Having said that, I'm not the best person to ask because, I got an okay bucket, and I don't know if you'd like all the people in my okay bucket.
I just don't. I separate the pedo bucket.
It's a different. It's apples and
I'm
oranges,
gonna start
right?
sifting through. I'm gonna make a pedo
It's
bucket
apples and
too start
oranges.
sifting
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
Everybody know a pedophile.
No, I don't know about that.
Nah.
I admit it's apples and oranges, right? It's pedos and terrorists. It's just completely different categories.
Apple.
Yeah, fair enough.
Perfectly fine and valid, but at the time, I genuinely interpreted these messages as a messy breakup. Maybe he cheated, maybe they got into a drunken argument that ended badly. I could have never imagined what she was actually going through behind the scenes. A lot of Kayla's own friends and family have said they had no idea what she was going through. I wish I could go back in time and been there for her, tried to help her. I wish that I would have asked more questions, but frankly, I didn't feel comfortable doing so. First and foremost, she obviously wasn't ready to talk about it yet based on her last message. And secondly, me and Kayla Malecc just weren't close friends. I don't say that to take away from her feelings about this. I don't say that to undermine what she went through.
It's the iDubbbz defense. I didn't even know him. Ethan Klein says we were friends. I barely knew the guy.
This is not what podcasts are.
All right, shut up. You can't tell me what's
Horrible.
podcasting. Shut up. This guy knows what podcasting is. I'm here sitting here watching James Charles. You telling me this is wrong? No.
Only met a couple of times. We collabed in 2023. She guest starred on a podcast with me in 2024, and we hung out at our mutual friend's Halloween party back in October. We've never hung out one-on-one. We've never had a deep conversation. I just really didn't know her that well to be able to interpret these messages and have a better idea of what was actually happening behind closed doors. And I wish more than anything I did because
It's pretty clear cut.
I feel like I know what that word means. I feel like most people do.
I feel like we're ignoring that this guy was staying with you.
He'll get to it.
Okay, because that's a big fucking detail. All right.
should have never gotten involved with this, but I did not know.
They definitely at least jerked off together. That just makes sense.
You'll listen
You
to
think he
his
bought him?
phrasing.
You think you paid for his airfare without even showing his cock?
Listen to his phrasing when he'll say we didn't have physical sex in any capacity.
Oh yes, there it is.
So let's listen to him say it. And
She was
we'll
going
get to
through.
it.
I really fucking hate to admit it, but I did have a brief friendship with Evan Johnson that started and ended well before I ever learned about any of the violence that was going on behind the scenes. He reached out to me a couple of days later, asking
Pause
me for
it.
advice and told me the same.
Well before I knew anything about things going on behind the scenes. You had been told, I'm sorry I keep harping on this, but she literally straight up said to you, he abused me. What do you mean you had no idea of anything going on behind the scenes? You had at least a little bit of an inkling from the horse's mouth herself.
No, he's lying, man. Yeah, he's a liar.
Not to call Kayla a horse, obviously. She's a beautiful girl.
Of course not. Of
Right,
course
it's just
not.
a turn of
So it's-
phrase.
yeah, exactly.
Same exact story that Zach Sellers believed and then repeated on the Be Better podcast, which was that the relationship was toxic. They both said things and did things that they shouldn't have, and a bunch of other stories that genuinely made me believe Evan Johnson was the victim in the situation. He told me that he moved back to Nashville to go to church and get therapy and try to become a better man, and he seemed vulnerable. He seemed real, and he seemed scared that Kayla was
Because
going to
he's
get
young.
online.
Here's the thing.
He seemed vulnerable. He's a 20-year-old kid, maybe.
Yeah. He seemed vulnerable. He seemed like easy to take advantage of, manipulatable. He seemed desperate for money, which I worked to my advantage. Here's the thing about James Charles. We know he's like a horny little pervert. And we know that he loves straight guys. And I know by looking at him that he's his type. Of course he was trying to fuck this guy.
He even said it to his ex.
Right.
He said it
It's
straight
right there.
to Kayla.
It's right
Can I
there,
have him
black
now?
and white.
That is some bullshit.
Right.
And then to still do it is so, I truly, like, it's embarrassing.
There must
really
have been
embarrassing
something
for him.
there. There must have been some conversation there or something beforehand between these three, if they ever hung out all together or something. She must have had the vibe that James felt that way. Like, just like you could tell that it's his type, she probably knew that. Maybe they spoke, maybe they add each other on Snap. Some weird shit was happening that she hit James up and was like, oh, just so you know, we broke up. Kind of like, don't talk to him, I assume would be the what she wanted from that, you know, like just being like, oh, we're not with this guy anymore. He abused me, so don't talk to him.
James in that text exchange, he said, can I paint you and your man for a video? And then she was like, no, I actually broke up with him yesterday.
He reached out pretending he didn't know what happened.
Oh, you think he did?
Yeah, he did. And that's why he included with your man
Tumblr,
so that she would immediately explain.
That's a very interesting
He
theory.
absolutely knew. And he was
the whole point of that text was to say that, to be like, I want to, can I get him? And he threw it in there.
Yeah,
I think that was actually the point of the messages.
Yep, it could be.
Wow.
It could be.
Start telling lies about him, and he knew exactly what to say to relate it back to a situation that I was in that made me have sympathy for him and be on his side. I feel so fucking dumb for ever believing him, but when I was in a similar situation, all I cared about was anybody treating me like a human being and hearing me out and being there for him, so that's what I tried to provide. We became closer, we would start FaceTiming, he was very suicidal and depressed, and eventually he told me that he wanted to come out to LA to escape and get his mind off of things for a weekend.
This is such bullshit. James Charles is he's not a good guy in any situation at all. He always has alternative motives. He wants to fuck this dude. He said so himself. You're not saving him. This poor guy who's like suicidal. You want to fuck him, bro. And you took a high risk, vulnerable young man who was like desperate for money and confused, and you brought him to your house and you basically, exploited his situation for your own sick, perverted needs.
That is so true. Two terrible people together.
Yeah, and of course I don't say any of that to defend the dude. I'm just saying that to impugn how fucking gross.
Yeah, and if you want to be
James Charles
extra
is.
graceful to James, in his brain he was just texting because he believed that this kid was the victim. So he believed he was texting a vulnerable young kid and inviting him out to Los Angeles.
Either way. Let me fly you out to my house and you can stay with me.
Yeah, at every angle it looks bad.
Blech. Fuck this guy, dude. Why does he still have a career? So, just such an L for humanity.
Bro, 300,000 upvotes on the comment saying, I think you sound sincere.
It's such a fucking L for our species. It's like, we can't even get this right.
I know.
So I invited him out. All we did was sit on the couch, order food, watch movies.
Right.
But over the course of the weekend,
and jerk off.
I slowly started to notice that some of his stories were not exactly lining up. There were inconsistencies, and I started to get worried that I might be on the wrong side of things. And that was confirmed as soon as Kayla noticed that he was at my house, and I had to lie to her. I didn't know what to do. Yeah. I realized then that I was in the middle of a very fucking messy situation that I should have never gotten involved.
Exactly.
What'd you say?
Post-nut clarity.
Oh, you think?
I must say that I've had some post-coital regrets about that phrase.
Some post-coital regrets.
Yeah. And this is when Kayla texted me saying, that's why I felt like I had to lie to her. Because things were starting to not line up with his story. Like, no, you lied to her because you didn't want her to know that you were hanging out with her abusive ex.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
In the first place, but this man was staying with me and I didn't know how to get out of it. Later on that night, I told Evan straight up I was uncomfortable, I was upset that I had to lie to her and that we could not hang out any further. He respected that, and the next morning he flew home. As soon as Evan left LA, I immediately started making myself unavailable to him because I recognized that he was not the man he was telling me he was.
That's his thing too. When he uses people and he's done with them, he blocks them. That's what he did time and time again with his other.
So fucking funny that he's making it out like he is the person who had this revelation about how actually horrible he is. I realized it, but I realized it after I had spent this time with him, but before Kayla posted publicly about it. So I was aware of it before because I figured it out.
Right.
I'm righteous enough to have found that.
That's such a liar.
It's like,
dude.
what are you talking? You stayed in your fucking house.
You guys
like you are
jerked
not
off
this righteous
together.
savior.
Stop it.
But it wasn't until a month later, when Kayla uploaded her video, He Doesn't Love You, that I actually got to sit and watch how much of a monster he is. My jaw was on the floor for all 2 hours of that video. I could not believe what I was watching and seeing. The horrendous verbal abuse, the violent physical abuse. I was shocked. I was ashamed for not taking me and Kayla's conversation more seriously. I was embarrassed for ever believing that man's lies and manipulation.
He's manipulating his audience by being like, I'm taking accountability. I did things wrong here, while completely sidestepping the main accusation, which is
right, and saying that it's a lie. That all the sexual part of it is
right. Yeah.
He was just trying to be a good person. He wasn't trying to fuck.
Nobody believes that.
He wanted to help
Nobody
a young
believes
kid that
James
was vulnerable
Charles
and
was-
sad.
He flew him out for movies and food.
Right?
Netflix
and
food.
chill, but
Yeah.
like for real,
But
like unironically.
let's actually do that.
What airline? That's important.
I mean, we did see his boarding pass. I
Right.
bet you it's
It
on
was
there.
Coach. Yeah, it was Coach.
Oh, it's just Coach.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I think so.
Damn.
It was 33. So
Money is money.
Yeah, no, that's the back.
Yeah, that's Coach. Money's money.
Yeah.
He's probably. Do you want first class or do you want the extra $1,000?
Definitely could get business.
Sir, the steakhouse.
If you're gonna jerk off with him, you could get business for sure.
I agree.
100%.
It is.
You know?
Yeah, that's
You know?
at least
The business
class.
flight.
All right.
He flew him out for business.
And I was
That's in my,
angry at
that's. I
myself.
don't know about you, but that's in my jerk off clause. Got to be.
Yeah.
Your contract.
I need a Diet Coke and a White Rose
But I ever
upon
allowed
entry as part of my jerk off
That's
rider.
respectable. You know, you got to respect yourself if you want them to return the favor.
into my home. It was horrifying, and I'm so proud of Kayla for being able to speak up. A couple of days later, I started getting messages on Instagram from Zach Sellers, Evan's best friend, basically warning me that Evan had lied to both of us and telling me that I should cut him off. I didn't see these messages at first until he made a public TikTok
Yes, you
accusing me
did.
of still supporting Evan behind the
Yes,
scenes.
you did.
and I'm
You saw them. You read them. This guy knows everything.
I
Stop
agree.
it. Stop it.
messaged him right away because I was confused. His messages genuinely seemed nice. He seemed like he was checking in, warning me to make sure that I was okay and have cut Evan off because he knew that we were both told the same exact lies and stories from Evan. The only reason he even knew I was involved at all was because he was physically with Evan as his best friend, supporting him every single day. It took me 3 days with Evan to realize that something wasn't right here. It took Zach 3 months.
you
So to act this way
realized?
privately and
Good
then to
for
get
you.
online as if I'm some monster was wild to me.
You are a monster. You are a monster. You are a fucking pervert, dude. For real, for real. You know, I bet you there's, in this room, there's at least one James Charles sitting with us.
Everybody know a pedophile.
No,
No, we're not doing that.
we're not doing that.
Not everyone?
No.
Please, Zach, please drop part 2.
Nah.
Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, just nah. This is not. It's not enough.
We ain't
Okay, all right. Zach's,
We ain't
Zach's blue balling me.
doing that.
Of course, there's no James. Nobody could be James Charles. Nobody.
Love ya, no pedo.
Yeah, I would like to point out, even Zach is doing all of this shit, and he wasn't even friends with Kayla. James was allegedly friends with Kayla.
Yeah.
Not according to him, right? Isn't that what?
Right, not according
I
to
don't
he was
even
like,
know
we
her.
weren't even that close.
I don't even know her.
You did hang out 3 years and
She was at his house. I mean,
right.
They collabed in 2023, they hung out in 2024, and then they saw each other again. Like,
Yeah, it's not like bestie status.
not besties, but she texted you right
Sounds
after
like they were
she broke
friends.
up with her boyfriend, said that she was abused, and then you still pursued him.
What started off as a video of James Charles supporting Evan Johnson behind the scenes snowballed into more videos, more content, and then live streams. Every single night, Zach has been live asking for galaxies in exchange for showing more receipts. He's
Galaxies.
been asking his followers for their cities and locations so he can go on tour with Kayla after this is all over with. He's even been asking for donations on PayPal to fund a merch line. This has nothing to do with getting justice for Kayla.
Yeah, it
and
sounds like someone
everything
who's desperate for money, James. You know what I mean?
about making an opportunity for himself. And the perfect one came along when Be Better flew him out to Canada for their podcast interview. Aside from the timeline that I just told
Oh,
you guys,
please. It's Be
everything
Better's
else
the
in
one
that
that's
hour-long
giving him money to. Please, bro. Unreal.
episode is complete bullshit. To start rumors about somebody online is one thing. Unfortunately, I know that that comes with the job, but to publicly accuse them of prostitution is ridiculous. There is no proof, no evidence of any of the ridiculous claims that Zach is making because they did not happen, which is why I have no choice other than to take legal action. But before I do that, I want to quickly take a second and clear the air on some things that have really set me over the edge. First and foremost, Evan Johnson and I did not in any way, shape, or form have a physically sexual relationship. We did not have sex while he was here, and I did.
He did not deny that. We know what they did.
Okay, so Zach does say that they had sex, and he says that there's a video of them having sex.
True.
However, he also said that they jerked off in parallel to one another, which he says we never had physical sex.
He's being very weirdly specific.
Right.
He just did the
He's doing something
They just
here.
did the Beatles special.
What's that? The Beatles special?
Yeah, you know about the famous Beatles story, right?
Yes, I can see you. I can see what
No.
you're doing.
I don't.
Yeah, what's happening?
Wait, you really don't know this?
I don't think so.
One of them, it was either John or Paul, once told a story about how they all jerked off together.
Yeah. That was a recent thing. Yeah, they jerked off together once. I think Paul McCartney.
Did he say it on Howard?
He said
or
it in a recent. No, it was in a written interview in a magazine.
Oh, it was a written interview.
Yeah.
Do people
That's
just
when
do
they
that with
wrote
their
"Here
boys?
Comes the Sun."
I don't know, but apparently. But I mean, listen, John Lennon and Paul McCartney jerked off together one time. But to be fair, they did meet when they were like 15. I'm saying. I don't
But
know.
also, they didn't get on a plane to go jerk off in one of their houses specifically. You know, it was like that was like a really big pre-planned jerk off scenario. They flew them out to whack off.
I don't care if they, I don't blame the boys for.
I'm not blaming anybody.
They're
I'm just
very
saying
close.
they
were
pulled the
very
beat.
close.
I'm just using it. They pulled the Beatle.
They were very close. Pulling a Beatle, I don't know if it's that famous of a story.
Well, we're gonna make it that famous.
All right. Remember that? Remember that, Paul?
So
way,
James
shape,
and
or
Evan
form
parallel
have a
played.
physically sexual relationship. We did not have sex while he was here, and I did not, under any circumstances, pay Evan Johnson for sexual favors. Not in person, and certainly not online through a secret OF account where I'm apparently funding his entire life. That is absurd.
Also,
not that it's anybody's
screaming
business,
at me.
but I
It's not absurd.
Stop screaming
I
at
know.
me.
Stop, please. Nobody's buying this.
do have an OF account. I'm a grown adult. I barely use it, but Zach, if you would like to see, I will gladly send you a screenshot of my transaction history. I have nothing to hide, and I have not sent Evan Johnson.
What is OF?
He said he has an OnlyFans account where he subscribes to people, and he is not subscribed to Evan.
Okay.
He was like, I can fucking show you.
Nobody even.
Yeah.
Now I think you are. Nobody brought that up except you.
$1 single. Zach claims to know all this information to be true because he pressured Evan into getting drunk and telling him what happened on the trip. I don't know if Evan lied to him to make the trip seem more fun and exciting, or if Zachy literally just made this up for funsies. I would like to believe that that isn't the case and that he was manipulated in this situation as well, but he claims to have seen a video on Evan's phone of him having sex with me. Zach, post it. If you have the receipt,
He might be lying about that part.
Yeah,
But also.
but then if he's lying about that, I don't know.
Well, sue him.
Exactly.
If you're
We'll
so
sue him.
confident. But also, he's saying post the receipts, which is dumb because obviously he never claimed to have it.
Video evidence.
Also,
you can upload it. You
I
have my-
don't think that is.
He wouldn't post it, obviously.
I don't think that's Zach's right. Like, would that not?
Yeah, post revenge porn of
Right. Like, I don't think. I think Evan would need to sign off on
Against
that.
both people in the video as well.
Right.
No, just James says yes.
I just realized these would be great sound bites. However, they don't apply to me. They won't work. There's someone else named Zach in here. They'd be best.
Why doesn't it work for you?
Well,
Because I can't soundbite myself.
Well, Dan could do it.
You can't. That's true. You can't.
That goes against the code of Hammurabi.
That's against the code.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Breaks the third.
The soundbite code.
Yeah. Hammurabi shit.
Full consent and permission. I've had far worse posted to me online that I didn't consent to. Go right ahead. But you can't because there is no video of something that did not happen. Be Better doesn't even stand by these claims because he's now added a disclaimer to their interview that says he was not able to.
The views and allegations expressed in this interview are solely those of the interviewee. The content is presented to the public for the public interest for the purpose of discussion awareness. No statements have been verified, and I do not assert any claims as fact. I'm acting solely as the interviewer and publisher, not the source of these allegations. I mean, that
He
doesn't
can say
mean
he
anything.
doesn't stand by them.
Yeah, this is a perfectly like acceptable disclosure.
There is. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's something a little weird about that.
He
Right?
probably got threatened.
I remember in
Zach
that
said.
video, the Be Better person saying that they verified some of the
They
claims.
verified
Yeah, it
the
is.
boarding pass.
I guess it
But
was
yeah, that's the interesting thing, though, is just you're like, yeah, all this shit, I didn't verify any of it. Oh, also, here's printed documents I have with screenshots. Here's
Right.
the boarding pass. We have the
Right.
boarding pass. It's like it's kind of I'm getting the vibe that you did verify quite a few things. So
and that's
what's going on
exactly,
here?
Harley. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of
legal action.
Well,
and-
yeah, I assumed the people that James would sue would be Better and Zach Sellers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, there's a rumor going around that I paid Evan Johnson's bail. This is not true. It is a public record that it was Evan's family who got him out.
Yeah, I mean,
Kayla's
that
own
seems
sister
silly.
has confirmed
That's probably
this.
just
JC
snowballing,
did not
snowballing rumors.
I know who did.
Million views that if
Right.
I could have caught you hidden. I truthfully wish this was possible. I've been making content for 8 long years now. There are videos on YouTube with 5, 10, 20 million views that if I could have gotten them removed, I would have. But Be Better, I know you said you're having your lawyers reach out to YouTube. So YouTube, I give you my full permission to release any communications between myself or my team to you guys.
That's not how it works.
Right. So after this video was posted, Zach posted an interesting response. I have just a clip of it of him saying like he's going to be dropping Bi Sister merch.
That's insane.
I think it just it makes me
Also, you
sad
wanna
that like
bring
all
up,
of these
yeah, I've been going
people
live.
in Kayla's orbit seem to be like kind of
this-
using it for
clout.
content, but I want to believe that they all just ride really hard for
All right, I'll be
her.
honest. I'm saying 60% likely James did everything. 40% this guy's making shit up. In which
Yeah.
case he should be sued into oblivion. And
Right.
why are you selling Bi Sister merch? What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
So bizarre.
Yeah, he hasn't begun the selling, but in this he says that he's gonna.
Let
he's
me
going
hear
to.
Absolutely, I've been going live. And you know what? Just because you said that, I will be dropping Bi Sister merch because there's no more sister. You're going to fall off of this platform.
Okay, I mean, it's not really a big committal thing. It's just like an offhand comment.
Well, he had mentioned it previously. And allegedly
Is he
mentioned
doing it?
We will see if he goes
Okay,
through
yeah,
with it. But he on like TikTok Live, he said something about going on tour with Kayla. Like
Okay,
he did say some weird things.
You know what? I'm back to, I'm going to say 80% James.
Okay.
the percentages keep shifting.
It was the merch thing I thought was more serious.
Kayla standing with Zach is I'm following her lead. I think as of right now, she still supports him. Let's wait to hear if she has more to say so that we can be here to support her. She is who we stand with. I don't necessarily know if I stand with Zach. I definitely don't stand with James. I definitely stand with Kayla.
Yep.
There you go.
That's James Charles, everybody. Go to jail.
Yes.
Wow.
And one more time, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 800-799-7233.
He's never going to change. When you get on the hotline, remember to say this. They'll know exactly what to do.
No. I don't think that's a good approach. No. Do not.
No, it's not good advice.
He's not a licensed financial advisor. He's not a social worker either.
I think her, this is me. This is what I was trying to say. Thank you, Zane. Yeah, this is exactly what I was trying to do. One point.
That's next level.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's very good. It's very good. All right. We've been going for 4 hours, and it's 4:20, so I gotta fucking go, bro.
So, first of all, Harley, thanks for calling in. It's not always nice to hear. Hear
Thank you for staying.
You can
Thanks
do it
for
again.
having me. Thanks for letting me stay.
You've got a podcast or something you want people to check out?
Yeah. It's called Double Dusted Discussion. And yeah, thanks for having me on. It was fun and funny. Thanks for letting me stay as well. I do my podcast. I'm gonna harass a whole bunch of your crew to come on my podcast, and then maybe one day when you're free, also you'll come as well.
You'll have to fly me out for that, buddy.
Hey, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know how to turn that into a joke, but I'm glad you did.
You got jerk off type of money in the budget or no? jerk off together type of budget?
Yeah, I'm not flying coach.
Is 10K is the rate? If the rate's 10K, I could probably get maybe like 2 or 3 of you. We'll see.
And that's good. That's fair. So it's on the table. Love seems interested.
I'll do it for 5.
Love will do anything for
How
$1.
about we get some deli up there and we go to shul together, Harley? How about that? That's my fee.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's a
whack
good
off
deal.
together in shul. That's crazy.
Let's have you back in, though. It's nice chatting. It's always nice to hear
Message
from
me
you.
whenever. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, man. Have a great evening, and God bless you.
You too. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Harley.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
And for everyone else, just a reminder that I am taking, with peace and love, it's for all of us, the benefit of all of us, Wednesday off and Thursday's member. Oh, no, Dan graciously and generously, thank you, offered to do a member stream.
There will be a member stream. It will not involve Ethan, but Wednesday, no show, and we'll be back as normal on Friday.
Yeah, and I'm at home. I'm working on a video, and it's a big one. It's an important one, and I need to give myself the time and space to focus on it to get it going. So thank you, guys.
There you go.
I'm cooking.
He's cooking.
Be afraid. If you're someone afraid of me, be afraid, because I'm cooking. I'm in the kitchen.
I'm not afraid of anything.
If you happen to be one of these yappers, this is me flipping the omelet. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see y'all on Friday. Have a great evening.
Wait.
I'm a financial advisor. Maybe you can attest to that.
Yep.
I am a financial advisor.
There it is.